Hello everybody, my name is CoolBlue, and we of CasNet are bringing you guys this video for the Dota 2 patch notes. This is the Dota 2 or patch note analysis show that we're going to try to get on the road. But the main thing is that Dota 2 has released some recent patch notes about 5 days ago, so we're a little bit late. But no worries, we're going to go ahead and do our patch note analysis anyway because that's how we roll here. So as far as this video is going to be the patch notes for patch notes 6.84 if I'm not mistaken, 6.84, which is actually, I just thought about it, my slideshow is going to be a little bit off, but we're going to go ahead and jump into it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and start as I did before, just by going with some stats. So if you guys haven't seen our previous video, go check it out for the 6.83, I think it was like a 3-hour video, or a 2-hour video. I think it was worth it, I think it was really nice, but we started off by doing this little PowerPoint presentation, which is nice to see statistics, and to help explain why what's happening is happening. So once again, there's going to be a typo or two here on a few of these slides, but this is the Dota 2 state of the game slideshow according to Dota Buff. So all these stats are just from Dota Buff, a single source. I know it's not that accurate, but it's a good source, so we're gonna go with it. Alright, so we're gonna go start with the next slide, or first slide. This is gonna be the most heroes played this month. So this month of Dota, which is I think April technically, because it's May right now. This month is gonna be consisting of the Sniper, Pudge, and Troll Warlord. I think this is a really accurate picture of what's going to happen with the patches, or with the patch updates, mainly because between Sniper, Troll, Warlord, and Juggernaut, there was like a lot of people picked them. They're pretty much almost 100% banned on Troll, and there was a lot of people who, you know, they preferred to go for Axer once in a while. Sniper, he had a few moments where people really want to go for him, but by far, Sniper being the most popular hero this month is not shocking to me, because a lot of people did pick him, and a lot of people realized how good he was with his headshot rework and being able to just stay back there and just kill stuff. So Sniper picked most played this month. I'm not too terribly surprised. Moving on to most played in the patch. Like I said, this is a typo, my bad guys. It's supposed to be patch 6.84 if I'm not mistaken. Is that 6.84? Hold on, did I miss a patch? No, this is actually 6.83. Yeah, these are stats for 6.83C. So yeah, like I said, that's a little bit off. But yeah, so as far as the most played this patch, Sniper once again at the very top, really powerful carry. A lot of people like to go for him mainly because you can just go glass cannon and just kill stuff, because his shrapnel was just so nice as far as slowing down people. His headshot just made it great going toe to toe with a lot of carries, and it just made it a very easy pick for a lot of people to go for, or easy ban if you want to look at it like that. Moving on to Juggernaut, a lot of people like to still pick him because of his Omni Slash. I just love the fact that you can go Ags, Omni Slash, and kill stuff, or you can go Mask and Madness and just build around your Omni Slash in general and just have a whole bunch of fun with an easy win. Some of the notable people to mention will be, of course, Zeus, Earthshaker, and Storm Spirit. They're relatively high up there. They're not the highest in the world, but they're relatively high up there. It's actually really interesting because Zeus, very popular as a support, also very popular as a nuker. Speaking of nukers, Lena, she's also up there. A lot of people are starting to play her as mid again, which is also really nice. Or a lot of people were starting to play her as mid again, which was really nice. Last time if I recall correctly, of course. And Earthshaker, people like to pick him because basically you just get a fissure and a few clarity potions, and you can just do a lot of work with them. You didn't really need to get arcane boots or anything, really just brown boots and a blink dagger. You could do stuff if you manage your mana correctly. And I saw a few commentaries where basically the casters pointed that out, which is why I'm just going to repeat that because that's actually a very true statement. Also, Lion and Faceless Void, they're up there as well. Not too terribly high, but Lion, he's relatively popular as far as going against Storm Spirit. And I think because we saw a resurgence of somebody like a Sniper, it made people such as maybe Ricky. I've never seen that many games with Ricky in it, in the super high up there levels. But Slark and Storm Spirit definitely made them much more popular because they can just jump around on top of Sniper, do whatever the heck they want, and then go about their way. So that explains a few of those most playeds. And moving on to the most played of all time, Pudge is still #1, Sniper's #2. I think Sniper was relatively high last time around before he got all his buffs, and I can actually go verify that. Let me go and open this up for a second. I'm checking out the patch notes from the other one. I still have those stats, and I do not still have those stats, so I have to open up another PowerPoint. But if I'm not mistaken, people still like to pick Sniper. A lot of people were of the thought process that Sniper was a noob level, like if you picked Sniper, you were just like a noob level player, and all you did was play Sniper because you're a noob. But Sniper, yeah, he does have a lot of power. Even then, back in his days with the headshot, it was still really nice. It just made it suck a lot because once the carries got in on top of him, he couldn't really do anything against them. But like I said, with the new headshot mechanic, slowing down, you know, pretty much your attack speed by 100% and your move speed by 100%. It just made it so dangerous and deadly to walk into him. So he was relatively high then. He's still relatively high now because a lot of the pros are starting to pick up on him, and of course it trickles down. Moving on, one shocker for me is actually Invoker. I didn't see a lot of games with Invoker played. I think that might. Oh wait, sorry, it's all time. My bad. Yeah, Invoker's still up there. Axe is still up there. Juggernaut, he's always been up there. Ricky has always been up there as well, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much a lot of popular people picked up here. I think Spearbreaker. I don't know how often or how high he was last time, but it looks like he's poking his head up there. So that's most played of all time. Not a huge change, except for I think Sniper may have moved up a notch or two, and Phantom Assassin dropped, of course, because her big resurgence came from the whole Arcana thing that came through, and also Crystal Maiden. I don't see her up here, but I thought she would be up here as well. Anyway, highest win rate this month with Omni Knight, Abaddon, and Necrophos taking the top 3, which is actually extremely interesting. I think I've seen 1 or 2 games with Omni Knight in it, and all those games Omni Knight got smashed in the face. It was actually quite saddening to watch because I actually like Omni Knight as a hero. But I guess if you take into consideration the win rate versus the pick rate, that would make a lot of sense. Omni Knight's not picked out that often. About 8% of the time, Omni Knight's picked up, and he has a 59% win rate. So it's like saying he played 8 games and he won 6 of them. So I mean, that's kind of what that's pushing to. More importantly, I think it's more important to point the fact that Sniper and Troll Warlord are up there in some relatively high fashion. Sniper, he's actually not as high as you would think he would be, but think about it like this. Sniper is really popular with new people. I know he was popular with me when I first started playing Dota, and he's also really popular with the pros as of now because he's just so powerful and he gets to do so much. I mean, it's hard to get on him sometimes if you have a nice supporting cast, of course. So that balances out a little bit. So he's played a lot more, like basically 40% of the games he's pretty much guaranteed to be either picked up or banned. And oh man, I probably should have put ban rates in here. I picked up or banned, and you see that he has a 54% win rate. So basically half the time that he's picked, he's pretty much winning the game automatically. So that's really nice. Troll Warlord's up there, and people still like Troll Warlord. He's been doing his thing. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some pretty huge nerfs to both Sniper and Troll Warlord, and possibly even Juggernaut. We might even see some nerfs coming out towards Morphling as well. That's one that I don't see up here, but as of recent, a lot of people have been abusing some of the things that Morphling can do, and it's actually really nice to see, because Morphling support is definitely a thing. I always thought it was a thing. Anyway, moving on. Highest win rate from the patch, once again, this is supposed to be 6.83C, not 2C, so my bad on those numbers. But highest win rate is in Abaddon and Zeus's hands, which is nice. Zeus, like I said, he's been relatively popular as a support, so that makes sense that he's up there, doing a lot of things as far as denying map vision, and also just assisting with kills, just dropping the ulti and having fun. Moving to Troll Warlord, Necrophos, they're relatively high up there. Sniper, he's high up there as well. And of course, keep in mind that this is out of all the heroes in Dota 2, which I think is about 120 or maybe 130 by now. So that's actually pretty good that they're that high. And that reflects like, you know, the popularity and everything. Like Sniper's really popular, like basically a 50% pick rate. Okay, 45% pick rate. Whereas Abaddon, not as popular, but when he is played, he's either played really well or his team just kind of slides off the cliff as they all fall to their deaths. Right, moving on. Highest win rate of all time is showing us that we got Abaddon, Necrophos, and Omni Knight at the top. Of course, out of all those numbers, you do not see somebody like Sniper up here, which is interesting. That echoes the fact that I mentioned before, that basically Sniper is really popular with some people who have just started playing Dota because his range and he feels relatively safe. It feels like a nice comfort zone for a lot of people. So you don't see Sniper up here because that shows you that Sniper not really winning every single game that he's picked, but when he does win, he has a high chance. Or sorry. Sniper's really popular in the sense that he's picked all the time, but when he is picked, he's not always winning the game. His win rate is actually pretty shoddy because he's probably really popular. Case in point, Pudge is really popularly picked with relatively new people to Dota as well. That's another example. Thank you, Dindy. And you see that he's not really up here with his highest win rate. So, all that aside, we see the highest win rate up here with the people that we popularly see nowadays, with the Zeus, Centaur, Spectre. I think she's a relatively popular carry to go for nowadays, and Spiritbreaker. He's also seen quite frequently in this game, surprisingly frequently in some of his games, in the higher levels or in the Pro Series or whatever you want to call it, however you want to categorize it. Moving on, most game impact this month, we got Zeus, that support though, got himself a whole entire 17 assists. Wow. Yeah, that's I guess his nature of his ult. Just drop his ult. Spectre as well. She drops her ult. She can be there globally. Ricky, he can probably creep up on a lot of people. But I think I'm a little bit more surprised to see that Lina is not really as high up here as I thought she would be. She's actually not up here at all. I was kind of expecting to see Lina on this list. But we do have the Queen of Pain, we do have the Storm Spirit. Those are two people who are relatively commonly picked nowadays for mids and sometimes safe lane. And Sniper, he's also up there. You know, his impact is also pretty high. Getting his nice little assist and his nice little chain of kills. So moving on to the next to the last slide, we got most game impact for this patch. Zeus, by far the most impact. I'm not shocked at that one. I like Zeus with his new supportive abilities, and I'm finally glad that we're starting to see a lot of players at the higher levels take advantage of that, because it's basically a free sentry ward. Like, you just save yourself a lot of money. All Zeus got to do is get a bottle, and he can basically just detect everything. Spectre, she's also up there as well. As a carry, I like Spectre, basically because she can survive pretty much anything once she does get the correct amount of farm. It also makes me, it saddens me a little bit to think that somebody like a Troll Warlord or somebody like a Sniper can still go toe-to-toe with the Spectre and just take her down so easily, sometimes. But it also makes me, you know, really happy to see that Spectre's picked up frequently enough to where we can say, oh my gosh, guys, she's having an impact. So, got that. No bias here, I promise, no, there's bias. And most game impact of all time, Spectre's at the top. Oh my gosh, look at her, 15 assists, heck yeah. Best support 2015. Spectre's at the top, so she's doing really well. Some notable people to mention that you don't really see picked in some of the higher level games, I guess. And like I said, guys, keep in mind I have a bias. I haven't really been watching or playing a lot of Dota. I've only been watching some Dota from like the Beyond the Summit stuff and from the Join Dota stuff. A relatively small vacuum as far as games go. So when it comes to expanding to the other regions, like you know, China, sometimes I watch some games from there, or in the Americas. I sometimes don't get those, or don't get to watch those. But all that said and done, Phantom Lancer's up there, Ricky's up there. I've seen Phantom Lancer in a few higher level games, or up there with like Beyond the Summit Cups and all that stuff. And Phantom Lancer, he does really well. Seems to be a little bit of a teeter-totter, or a seesaw, I guess, because sometimes he does really well, but his team still loses because he can't do enough. So it's a little bit, you know, I guess he's in a nice state right now. Brewmaster's also up here. Not necessarily saying he's not like common, but he's not as popular, not nearly as popular as he used to be. So he's also still up here with the most game impact. And I think the last one to mention would be, of course, Zeus and Necrophos. Last two people. Necrophos basically drop ults and that person's dead for 30 extra seconds. Really useful for teams. Anywho, so I think that'll be it. I'm gonna go ahead and end it at that, and we'll jump straight into the patch notes. Now that we've gotten through all the history, because history is important, guys, let's go and get into the actual patch notes. Now, I did cheat a little bit, and I did read through some of these patch notes, mainly because I just wanted to, like, I just started reading, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool, that's cool. Man, I should make a video about this. And it's like, oh crap, I can do that, haha. So here I am making a video about the patch notes, and we will not capture my mouse cursor, because I actually don't like that. Alright, so there goes, guys, gameplay update 8, or 6.84. We're gonna go ahead and just go through, starting with the very top things. I'm more or less gonna read everything we see and then talk about it a little bit, so this video might go on alongside. We're already approaching 25 minutes, and I just got through the basics. So yeah, starting off with the general things, a lot of things to know about the general is that this is really impacting the way the game is played. The current state of Dota right now is basically what some people like to call rubber band Dota, or comeback Dota, where basically you do really badly, but it doesn't matter, all you gotta do is get that 1 or 2 key kills, and maybe get like a team wipe later on, and your team's just suddenly in the lead, and you're winning everything. So these first few things are here just to kite that a little bit, actually no, not a little bit, kite that quite a bit, and make it a little bit more equal grounds, so that way if you are in the lead in the beginning of the game, you can still be in the lead at the end of the game without fear of, you know, just losing one team fight and losing the game flat out. So moving on, the general, first thing is AoE bonus gold component based on team's net worth reduced by 25%. Basically when you did get a kill on some people, you would basically, your team would get some certain number of gold, so a certain amount of gold. I actually don't know what the number was, but you get some bonus gold. Based on team's net worth. Yeah. So if your net worth was a lot lower than your opponent's, then you basically get like some huge chunk of gold to say, hey, keep going, you're doing good. Come on, keep doing this, you got this. Like as encouragement, but they reduce by 25%, so it can make it less dire for the team that was actually winning if they do lose somebody, like a support or a carry who's actually doing really well. It'll make it less detrimental to their cause. AoE bonus XP component based on team's XP difference reduced by 40%. Same concept. It just reduced it a little bit, so it make it a little bit harder for a team to just flat out lose because they threw one fight. Melee lane creep bounty increased from 43 to 40. Huh. Oh, reduced. My bad. I read that wrong. I was about to say, why did they increase it? Oh yeah, so it's reduced a little bit. So basically, your carries are farming in the lane. They won't be as fast to get their big items if they're efficient with it. I don't know. It's reduced by 7% overall, I guess. Range lane creep bounty reduced by this. Okay. Hero kills. The non-net worth portions are worth 10% more. Oh. Okay. Right, so I see. So they're encouraging you to kill other people, which that actually makes it really interesting. So that might make it a lot more prominent for some aggressive supports like Crystal Maiden or Chin to actually come back into the game. I'm not saying that they were ever out of it, but it was going to make Crystal Maiden a lot more important, because basically if you get a kill on the hero, then you get like 10% more for killing people. Wow, as opposed to just getting those supports that farm in the jungle and have a boring 40-minute game where everybody farms. Nice. So it's gonna be a shift in meta. Oh my gosh, guys! Cool Blue calling in here. All right, reduce their direct last hit bounty by 100, and redistributed the gold and the AOE gold in the ratio of 100, 75, 40, 25, 20 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes. Okay. I guess that means that First Blood's not going to be as stupid as it used to be. Not saying that First Blood was dumb or anything, but just like if you get that First Blood kill and there's 5 people involved in the kill, then not everybody's going to get as much gold because you have more of an advantage. So I guess it balances that out a little bit. AoE bonus gold is now distributed based on the relative net worth amongst the heroes involved in killing the heroes by plus or minus 25%. What? Example: 3 heroes kill an enemy, and the extra AoE bounty would normally be 200 gold for each player. It is instead 200 plus 25% for the poorest hero, 200 for the middle hero, and oh, nice! So this is, oh my gosh, guys, this is gonna be the patch of support. Holy crap! All right, so we already established we're going to see the resurgence of Crystal Maiden and Chin. Not saying that Chin and Crystal Maiden were ever out of it again, but we're going to see resurgence of them come back into the game. We might also see the resurgence of some people like Nyx Assassin come back into the game so they can roam around. Actually, now that I think about it, this is going to promote roaming supports a lot more. Like, I mean, the Bounty Rune, I thought the Bounty Rune was like an amazing accomplishment, but this is going to make it even bigger. Okay, hold on. I don't want to discuss too much. We're going to talk about this more later on, I assume, but just keep that in mind, guys. This is going to be the patch of roaming supports. I think this is going to be like the gank meta is coming in right now. So that's going to happen. So basically, the poorest person is going to get 25% more, and the richest person is going to get 25% less, which sucks, but that's okay because the richest person is rich. They have bigger items, so they have more ability to get more farm elsewhere. All right. And actually, now that I think about it, that might discourage some carries from joining fights. It's gonna have an interesting impact on the meta. Let's just leave it at that. All right. Moving on to the next one. The next one says that the amount of AoE bonus gold given is now increased/decreased by 20% based on the dying hero's relative rank and net worth among all the enemies on that team. So I guess if you kill a high priority target, you get more gold. If you kill a low priority target, like a support, then you don't get as much gold. Okay. Alright, I kind of cheated on that one. I read that one earlier. Alright, instead of buyback temporarily preventing unreliable gold, it now reduces all gold gain, including hero and AoE gold, by 60%. I'm assuming that that's on the timer, because if that lasts for the whole game, that's really going to suck. But okay, yeah, this means that buybacks, the amount of gold you get for that, including the net worth difference bonus, is reduced by 60%. Okay, so it basically means if you, as a carry, are dead and you need to get back into the fight, you can't. Oh, actually, no. Oh, I see a perfect example of this as well. Basically, there was a game. There was a game from Beyond the Summit, and for one of the cups. And basically, there was a Queen of Pain. She died, and then she bought back, and her buyback was expensive because she was like level 20 at like the 35-minute mark or something like that, which I guess is not that impressive, but whatever. She had a very expensive buyback. She had like 3,000 gold saved up. She bought back, and she had about 1,000 gold left, and by the time that she ended up helping her team get a few kills, she had basically 3,500 gold. So she got a lot of gold back just by killing people. And keep in mind, because she bought back, she couldn't get farmed from creeps or anything. So it was a very, very, very huge swing/turn of events So I guess this right here is just basically to make that not as prominent of a thing. So even if you do buy back, you still are slapped in the back or slapped on the butt saying, hey, you bought back, you shouldn't have died in the first place. So this will be a nice little balance to it. I actually like this addition. I didn't think of it like that, so good job, Ice Frog. Alright, moving on. Melee barracks team bounty increase from this to that. Okay, cool. So it's going higher. Range barracks increase. Okay, same thing. Tier 2 to Tier 3 towers armor reduced from 25 to 22. I wonder why they're doing that. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it makes the Tier 4 towers more strong, but I mean, technically it makes them weaker because that means the towers before them are going to die faster. I don't know. That's an interesting one. Maybe there was something going on with armor that. I mean, it's just three armor is significant. That's a reduction in what? Or that's an increase in incoming damage by what? For every one armor you have, you increase your resistance by 6%. So that's 6 times 3, which is 18. So that's 18% increase in incoming damage to Tier 2 and Tier 3 towers. I don't know about that one. That one's kind of weird. All right, moving on. Extra melee creeps. Additional spawn times change from that to that, and that. So they're gonna start spawning more creeps faster. I assume that's gonna make the creeps. Yeah, I assume that's gonna make the creeps push a little bit harder, and maybe help you push a little bit harder. And also, now think about it, that makes a lot of sense. So they reduce the bounty on the creeps because there's gonna be more creeps now. All right, good. Okay, it all makes sense. Alright, extra range / siege creep, additional spawn times from this to that, so it's like 30 seconds, one wave faster, so that's cool. Creeps now meet slightly closer to the dire safe lane. I'm trying to think of that one. Because if I recall, the dire creep wave, or the dire safe lane creep wave, if they meet naturally, they'll meet kind of towards the side shot. So I guess now they meet in that little corner instead. Okay, interesting. Alright, Ancient Black Dragon bounty reduced from 199 to 170, so a little bit less gold for junglers. Ancient Black Drake bounty reduced, same thing. Rumblehide reduced. Satar Tormented Gold bounty reduced. Wow. They're reducing the gold from, it makes sense. Carriers will basically say, I got a lot of farm, let me just go farm Ancients, and then farm those Ancients, and farm these Ancients. So they're putting a lot less emphasis on farming. And they're putting a lot more emphasis right now on ganking. That's what I'm reading right now from all this. And also we had the gold bounty reduced by, and a Hellbear health reduced from that to that. So he's going to be a little bit easier to kill for junglers and supports. But the bounty is reduced by 15 gold, so it sucks. And Ogre Frost Magi bounty reduced from that to that, from 52 to 40, so it's good. Probably same well, his... No, this is bounty, yeah. His health stays the same though. Reworked Mud Golems. They reworked Mud Golems. Come on, come on. I like Mud Golems. They're actually the best thing in the whole entire game. Come on, Valvo. Alright, so the Mud Golems no longer have spell immunity. Nice, that means Chin can still. Mud Golems now have 50% magic resistance, which is cool, awesome. That means they don't die by spells too terribly easily. Mud Golems armor reduced from 2 to 0, so they have no armor, so they're easier to kill. Mud Golems now split into 2 smaller Mud Golems called Shard Golems. When they die, they have 30% of the original Mud Golems health in there. Oh man, this is like Wraith Knight. This is like the little Mud Golems in Wraith Knight. You know, if you guys have ever played Wraith Knight, when that event happened, basically there was giant Mud Golems, like, you know, waves and waves of things you have to fight. But one of them was Mud Golems, and when you killed the first Mud Golem, it like split into 2, and then split to 4, and then split to... Oh man. So basically they were testing out the shard Mud Golems. Kind of makes you think. Yeah, you know, it makes a lot of sense, because if you think about it, back in the original New Bloom, there was a Crimson Guard, and they pushed that into the game. Interesting. Alright, Valve testing things out. So Mud Golems are now going to be splitting up, which actually makes, oh my gosh, now think about it, that's going to make it crazy. If Chin steals a Mud Golem, and then pushes into a lane, holy crap, he's going to have like an army of golems. And also gold reduced and blah, health reduced and blah. Okay, I already read all that. I read through all this. You guys can read through this if you want. I'm not gonna read through everything in there. But they also have a new ability. Hold on. New ability: hurl boulder, 0.6 second stun, 125 damage. So just does it cost anything? Because if it does not cost anything, that might be a good ability for someone like Doombringer to bring up, who's actually very good at ganking, by the way, because he goes in jungle, farms up a little bit, and then comes out, does an ability, kills somebody, walks away, and goes continues to eat creeps and stuff. So I don't know. That's interesting. So we got a hurl boulder, which is gonna make Chin's choices of creep picking a lot interesting. Same thing for Enchantress. Anyway, hero kills achieved by units under your control now provide XP to your credit. See guys, they're trying to buff up Chin and stuff, and also Lone Druid and Warlock and Visage. But that means that when your creep kills something, then you get credit for the kill, which is cool. That means you get the XP and credit to your hero. I didn't realize that you didn't get it. That's actually interesting. Alright, melee attacks now miss if the target is further than 350 range more than their attack range. Okay, that's actually good. I've seen many a times where basically somebody got hit by Untouchable. Like, you know, Enchantress is untouchable, there's a melee person, but if you start the attack animation, it doesn't matter how long it takes, just as long as you let it go all the way through and they'll swing, they'll still hit the person, even if the person's like 5,000 miles away. So that means that now Untouchable got a little bit of buff, because Untouchable's going to slow your attack speed, and then if you can move away, you know, you as a non-melee person, somebody who's out of 350 range, that being Enchantress, you walk away, then that person's going to miss their attack, which is good, makes sense, that should happen, thank you. That makes a lot of sense now. I never understood how the heck a melee person could hit from 500 miles away in a normal game. Ability draft was a different situation. Anyway, reduce all pick drafting time from 40 to 35 seconds per turn. Cool. The following abilities no longer ignore units classified as ancients. Neutral ancients, warlock, golem, etc. And this is a list of abilities. So neutrals are no longer magic immune or ancients. Okay, so ancients are affected by these abilities. Okay, so I see Shrapnel's in there. Wow, really? Hold on, is Martyr Machines in there? Oh boy. Alright, so we got Ice Vortex, Mana Void, Berserker's Call, Blood Right, Blade Fury. Nice, so Juggernaut can farm ancients with his Blade Fury. Not that great. Omni Slash means that he'll actually jump on the golems. That's gonna suck. Actually, no, he already does that, but he'll actually hit him. Torrent, Ghost Ship, Smoke Screen. Static Remnant, nice. So Storm's just gonna have a little bit of fun farming those. Primal Roar, Earth Spike, wow. Heartstopper's Aura, Shrapnel, Golem's Immolation, Sticky Napalm, Primal Split, Immolation, Call Down, Invoker's Tornado, EMP, Chaos Meteor, Sunstrike, Ice Wall, Deafening Blast, Pulse Nova, Venomancer, Eclipse, Luna, Battery Assault, Clockwork, Flare, Shadow Poison, Dispersion, the Swarm, that's Weaver, Kinetic Field, Static Storm, Astral Spirit, Echo Stomp, Overwhelming Odds, Earthbind. Is that? No, it's just Split Earth. No, I don't know what the heck Earthbind is. Oh, Earthbind is Meepo. Poof, Riptide, Nyx's Impale, Fire Spirit, Supernova, Mystic Flare, Dark Pact, Suicide Squad, Revenge, Ravage, Demonic Purge, and Fortune's End. Notes, this does not mean that these spells fully affect neutrals. It depends on the unit, with ancient tag being spell immune or not. It primarily means that the spells have no specific rule around the ancient itself. Okay. I got excited for a moment, but now I'm not sure how to feel. I will have to see that one in motion to actually figure out what's going on that one. Moving on. Damage block no longer affects physical spells, and previously affects some. I do remember that. I do recall Tidehunter's Kraken Shell used to block damage from Axe's little stupid spin. So, show details. It probably tells us that. The following abilities no longer have their damage reduced by block, counter helix, Ice Storm, Anchor Smash, Slither Crush, blah blah blah. The following abilities that were previously getting reduced twice as part of the attack instead of just once. Shadow Walk, Vendetta, and Meld. I'm trying to think of Shadow Walk. Oh, Shadow Walk, Shadow Blade. Yeah, Shadow Blade, and Vendetta. Alright, so I can explain this one for anybody who wants to know. Shadow Walk basically does bonus damage, and then it does damage. So the way bonus damage works in Dota is actually really strange. It's basically pure damage because it's never reduced by anything. So basically when you hit somebody with bonus damage, it's just flat that number of damage, which is what makes Tempo Assassin very scary. But moving on to Shadow Walk gives you bonus damage of like I think 120 or something like that, 125. So you basically get that source of damage, and then you get your normal source of damage from your right click. Vendetta, same concept. We've all seen the Nyx assassins crawl up behind us and stab us in the butt, which is actually not fun. But when he does that, basically he does his bonus damage number, which is like 500, and then he does his normal attack damage, which may be like, 100 or something like that. So he does like 600 total damage or whatever. Meld, same concept. Meld does like a flat 200 damage, bonus damage, and then it does the damage that Temporal Assassin does, which is what makes her so darn dangerous, and which is what helps her explode people a lot. So that means that I didn't realize bonus damage was getting reduced by damage block. So it's cool that they fixed it. It's gonna make Temporal Assassin a lot more scary. And as an example reference, here are some of the abilities that were already ignored by block before: Wild Axes, which is Beastmaster; Exorcism, that's Death Prophet; Acid Spray, that's Alchemist; Poison Touch, that's Dazzle; Diabolical Edict, that's Lashrak; and Cool Spray, which is Bristleback. Oh, I didn't realize Cool Spray was reduced by what? And things I don't know. Cast behavior while turning has been adjusted. Previously, if you cast a spell and were already in range but not facing target outside the small cast angle, your hero will start turning, but not consider that turn as anything beyond the normal movement from an order priority perspective. This means that issuing any order while turning during that very short threshold window would not be in your order queue in the same way that you cast an exercise. What? Okay, I didn't know that. It now treats your order as the same once you're in cast range. Okay, cool. So that affects priority. Okay, so if you were facing one direction, and then you like right-clicked on somebody behind you to like tell them to do Beastmaster's Roar, Beastmaster would turn, and they consider that a whole entirely different thing, and just walk to them. That's what it sounds like if you did it at the wrong time. The effective distance. This is queued actions. You can click ability without depending on the angle of casting 16 to 20 degrees. Previously, if you issued the order at the wrong degree, it would completely interrupt that ability rather than queuing it to do it after your existing order finished. Initial spell cast behavior. Okay, this subtle difference applies most commonly with Blink Dagger, as you could accidentally cancel your blink order if you clicked the other ability before you reach the critical angle, since otherwise blink has a 0 cast time. Oh, see guys, I'm not crazy. There was a game I played. I swear it was a game I played. I was playing at Magnus, and it was the ability draft, but I had RP, and I had a blink dagger, and I swear I blunk, and then I hit RP, but it's just like he just like kind of turned and just RP'd on the ground and just stayed there, and then I blunk in. It was hilarious. After the fact, it was horrible when it happened. Anyway, so it's cool that they fixed things. I didn't realize that was a bug. Somebody might have pointed out on the Dota dev site. Moving on, reworked the item silencing and passive disabling behaviors. I did read through this. I'll give you guys a quick summary. Basically, it's kind of the same concept as damage, pure damage and physical damage and all that stuff. Basically, it's the same concept. There's now silent and there's also mute. Or sorry, there's break and there's mute. So basically, mute is when your abilities cannot be gone. Break is when your items are broken, with air quotes, as in they don't affect anything anymore. And so they went through some examples. One of the things that happened was if you hex somebody, it basically disables all of their items and stuff. But one of the things that it doesn't do anymore, and I didn't realize it did this, but it doesn't disable their passives. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it never did. It never disabled their passives. But they basically reworded it to the point to where it makes sense, where you can read it. It's like, okay, this is a mute, and that needs a break. So items need breaks, and abilities need mutes. And I think Doombringer's ult, they updated its contextual words or whatever. And basically, Doombringer's ult with an Aghanim Scepter now not only mutes the person, but also breaks their items. And of course, some items can't be broken, like a Talisman of Evasion, damage block. And the logic they have behind the Talisman of Evasion and the damage block in Critical Strike is that there's no wording for it officially, which you guys see here on this additional note, but it doesn't break it in the same sense that you wouldn't be able to break a plate mail. Like a plate mail will always give you 15 armor, so if you were able to break a plate mail, then that person will have no armor, essentially. So Talisman of Evasion fits into that category of, it's kind of thought of as like armor. You don't break armor, you just have to deal with it. Talisman of Evasion, same thing, so you still have your evasion unless somebody has MKB. Moving on, Hex no longer applies the break mechanic. This is effects like the Vise, Voodoo, blah blah. See, I knew it did that. No. See, it's hard to say it does that because if I'm not mistaken, if you turn Timbersaw into a pig using the Hex or the Scythe of Vise, it basically leaves the armor of Timbersaw on. Maybe that's just an aesthetic thing. I don't really know. So yeah, so Hex no longer applies the break mechanic, which is cool. Silence no longer disables invisibility. What? Ricky buff. Riki buff, guys. Riki about to be buffed, and also Mirana buff too. Basically, Mirana's ult, if you got silenced while Mirana ulti was on you, then you will not go invisible until that silence is over. Same thing for Riki. If Riki got silenced while he was going invisible with his ult, it wouldn't go on him. Alright, moves Ring of Health, Void Stone, and Orb of Venom from the secret shop to the base. Sweet! Now I don't have to walk all the way out there to get my Orb of Venom. Heck yeah. And, oh, Ring of Health, wow. So you can make a no, you can't make a Bloodstone in base, but you can make a, what can you make at base now? Ah, you can make a whole entire Hood of Defiance at the base, which is awesome. Void Stone's moved there as well. That means that you can make a Yule Scepter of Divinity at base and bring it to yourself, so that's cool as well. Moved Plate Mail, Talisman Evasion, and Ultimate Orb from the base to Secret Shop. Ooh, Plate Mail got moved. Interesting. Talisman Evasion as well, so that means you have to finish your Butterfly on the base. That means you can finish your AC. No, you need a recipe. You can almost finish your AC out in the field. You can finish your entire Shiva's Guard out in the field. Wait, no, is that true? Shiva's Guard, you need a recipe. I think AC, you need a recipe. Those are only two things that take Plate Mail, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, ignore what I was saying. What I was trying to get at was that you can finish an entire AC out in the field, or you can finish entire Shivas, but you can't. Talisman Evasion, Ultimate Orb, and all that stuff at the Secret Shop. I'm not sure how it's going to impact. Oh, that means you can build a full entire Butterfly out in the field. No, you can do that already. Alright, anyway. I don't know. See, it says move from base to Secret Shop. Does that mean it's still at the side shop? I mean, because otherwise you have to get your Talisman Evasion, and you also have to get your Eagle Song at the Secret Shop, and then you can go into the side shop, maybe pick up your Quarterstaff. I don't know. Of course, I'll have to see this in action. I probably need to go play a game of Dota. Probably should have done it before I did this. Alright, added Void Stone and Mantle of Intelligence to the side shop. Thank you. You can finish a full Perseverance at the side shop. Heck yeah. Alright, rooms now have a larger hitbox priority over units, which is great. I hated it when basically I have somebody who has an invisibility ability and somebody's like standing, like my enemy's standing right on top of the rune. That's annoying. I hate that. And then my person would decide to go hit the person instead of pick up the rune. So basically it's going to make it a lot harder to body block for the runes, or body block the rune with your body. And it's going to make you have a bigger fight, or bigger emphasis on getting to a good position when it goes for fighting for those runes. That's going to be interesting. Alright, armor now shows decimal places in the hover tooltip, which is good. It means you can know how close you are to the next level. Fixed buyback respawn timer penalty being reset if you die holding Aegis. I didn't know that was a thing. Wow, that's probably a critical bug. Maybe they didn't post it out there for everybody to know. The following heroes no longer restricted from buying Astral. But they are still restricted from activating Basher, which is Spearbreaker, Faces Void, Slaughter, and Troll War. Thank you! Thank you! Gosh! Okay. Okay, guys, I have a quick story to tell you. If you ever play Ability Draft, and you have something like a Spearbreaker, Faces Void, Slaughter, or Troll, well, actually, okay, Spearbreaker, Faces Void, or Slaughter, you cannot get Bash unless you get the ability Bash. It sucks. It's horrible. If I have a really awesome Spearbreaker build, like I have like Drown just Frost Arrows, and I have like Poison Sting from Venomancer, and I got some awesome orbs and stuff, I can't get a Basher. And it's really awesome. It's okay, it's taking advantage of the system, but the way Ability Draft works is if you're a melee person, if you're classified as melee, and you get yourself a orb like Jarvanger's arrows, you can basically manually cast that ability and it will act as a range attack, which is awesome. So you get all the range and you get your full damage. Now, you're classified as a melee person. Because of that, if you buy a Basher and you use the melee, or use the little manual cast, you can attack at a far range, but you get the benefits of a melee person, which is awesome, because that means that if you can get somebody who's ranged, or so if you can get somebody who's melee, like maybe say Earthshaker, and you get a really nice orb like Frost Arrows, Burning Arrows, plus you get yourself Clinx's Arrows, whatever those are called. I was thinking of Husker's Arrows for the Burning Arrows, and Clinx's Arrows. Then you can basically get yourself a Basher and just like be bashing people in the face. It's not fun to go against, it's fun to do. I'm sorry, I'm that guy, but it's a really interesting mechanic. So that basically tells me now that they're basically paying attention to Ability Draft, which is awesome. And they also need to go ahead and fix everything else that's wrong with Silencer. Please do that. Silencer's annoying. And Ability Draft. But yeah, moving on, so that's basically all that means. That's all it really implies. Also, oh, it means that they can now buy Abyssal Blade, which is actually really good. So Spearbreaker can buy an Abyssal Blade now. He's not restricted. Faces Void, same concept. I actually think Abyssal Blade on Faces Void would be a good idea, because that gives us some nice strength. It also gives us some decent damage, or some good damage. And he can also, you know, just Time Walk and 8 Blade and just go to town. Cool. Moving along, we got the heroes. We're gonna go ahead and start with the A's, which is Abaddon. Borrowed Time can now be casted while disabled. Same rules applies to Morphling's Morph, which is awesome. So that's gonna be a nice little buff to Abaddon. Moving to Alchemist. Unstable Concoction countdown now seen by enemies. That sucks. Unstable Concoction now has an area target cursor. Oh. So does that mean that he can cast it the same way Zeus would cast it? And it's now a skill shot. Okay, I'll have to look at that one. Griever's Greed now grants 4 times the bounty from runes, which is awesome. Cool. Alchemist can now cast Aghanim Scepter to directly grant an allied hero all Aghanim Scepter bonuses as a buff. The hero upgrade and the stats upgrade? The scepter is consumed in the process. Multiple instances of buffs do not stack. Alchemist can target himself as well. What? What is happening? Hold on, guys, hold on. Alchemist can now cast Aghanim Scepters to directly grant an allied hero all Aghanim Scepter bonuses as a buff? Oh my gosh, do you know what this means? Think about every carry in the game who carries really hard when they get Ags. Like, let's say, well, not really hard, but carries really well when they get Ags. Let's think of Necrophos. If you have a support Alchemist on your team, he builds up, he has a Grieval Greed, and he gets 4 times Bounty Rune. So, I mean, shoot, that's like, oh my god, that's, I can't wait to see this happen. Like, I can't wait to see a pro game where basically somebody picks a support Alchemist and they use it on somebody like Alina, and they give her her Ags buff, which gives her the stats too, and also saves her a slot. That's basically, oh, that's so valuable. You have a free slot now. If you, oh my gosh, Faceless Void, I'm just like freaking out right now. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep it professional and straightforward, but if you think about it, if you have a Faceless Void on your team, you have an Alchemist, a support Alchemist, and Alchemist builds an Ags, he uses it on Faceless Void. Faceless Void has all the benefits of an Aghanim Scepter, but not the crappy taking up space slot. One of the hugest complaints for Faceless Void's Ags ult was basically it's a nice idea, but it takes up a slot, which Faceless Void needs like either attack speed or damage or some survivability. Those are his 3 key choices, and an Aghanim Scepter gives him mediocre and everything. It gives him 10 agility, which is not that great, which translates to what, 10 damage. Woo! It gives him 190 HP, which is meh. He can probably get some bigger items to get that. It gives him about 130 mana pull, which is not that great. So yeah, I mean, I'm on board. Okay. Alright, moving on. I just can't wait to see Alchemist like perma-banned in all pro games now. I'm just like thinking of all the combinations and I can't think of any right now. Anyway, moving on. Ancient Apparition. Chilling Touch buff can now be removed by clicking the buff icon above the health bar. That's gonna be nice. So Ancient Apparition can apply it to people, but if somebody's like, I really don't want it, I really don't need it, I just need to attack faster, you can just get rid of it. Okay, cool. Nice addition. Berserker's Call cast point from 0.3 to 0.4, which is awesome. That thing goes through Magic Immunity, guys. I don't know if you understand. That thing goes through Magic Immunity. I like any nerf to Berserker's Call, just as long as I'm not the one who picks the ability, then I hate it. But Berserker's Call is really strong. Counter Helix now triggers when attacks land rather than when they start. Oh, nice! Affects Centaur Warrunner's return and Timbersaul's reactive armor as well. What? Oh my gosh! Yes! The nerf of the Centaur Axe abilities. Alright. Okay, so just to let you guys know, some more history. If you guys don't know, I assume you guys already know, but there's a video of a Queen of Pain versus a Centaur Warrunner. Basically, Queen of Pain's in a bad spot. She runs away. She blinks into the high ground, and Centaur Warrunner is like standing in range of her. But they have auto cast or auto attack turned on the Queen of Pain, and Queen of Pain is like hitting hold to cancel her attack. So she's basically like starting her attack, she holds, starting attack, holds, starting attack, holds, and she's damaging herself every single time this happens on Centaur. And Centaur doesn't feel anything because she's not actually attacking. So long story short, she kills herself really fast. It's really funny. So basically that means that can no longer happen. They have to wait for the attacks to hit, which is extremely interesting because that means it's going to make Centaur, Axe, and also Timbersaw a lot weaker, because that means that they actually need to get attacked. Actually, I didn't realize Timbersaw's reactive armor triggered before it actually came through. What? I didn't realize that happened. Probably because maybe people aren't afraid to hit Timbersaw. He just get more armor, and it sucks, but you just gotta trade damage with them effectively. But yeah, Centaur and Axe is going to be a really huge nerf to them, to a certain extent. Centaur especially. I think Centaur especially is going to have a lot of trouble with that. Alright, Cullen Blade movement and attack speed bonuses reduced from 40 to 30. Aw, they're nerfing Axe. Axe, you did so well last patch. Don't worry, don't let them put you down. You did good. You did good, Axe. Alright, moving on to Bane. Brain stat mana cost from 125, 150, 175, 200 to 100, 125, 150, 175, so they reduce by 25%, which is great. That means that Soul Ring is going to be really nice on Bane, especially nice on Bane. It basically costs 25 mana for max, 600 or 300 HP still. Units affected by a nightmare no longer provide vision. Oh yeah, I did realize I did. Yeah, that's cool. Nightmare End can now be used by Bane to end all other existing nightmares. Nice, I like that. That's gonna make support Bane a lot less newbie. Hold on, let me take it back. It's gonna make support Bane a lot less harder to play. There we go. Not necessarily newbie. I say newbie because I played a Bane once and I literally canceled somebody's what was it, Necro ult? Necro drops his ult and I nightmare somebody and it canceled it. I was like, oh, my bad. My bad, guys. Alright, Batrotter. Flame break damage changed from an instant that to 50 damage per second for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Okay, so it's gonna make a sticky napalm trigger a lot more, which is great because I think Batrotter needs another way to do that. Firefly damage reduced. Oh, that's sad. Firefly damage reduced. Which is okay. I mean, the Firefly damage was really more so for triggering your sticky napalm, but now he has an additional way to trigger sticky napalm, which means that he actually might burn down people really fast, which is gonna be awesome. Alright, Beastmaster base damage increased by 4. Nice. Wild Axe's cast point from 0.5 to 0.4, which means he can now cast it faster. And Call the Wild Boar attack point from 0.633 to 0.5, which is the same concept. That means he can attack a lot faster. Alright, Bloodseeker's Thirst bonus scale from 100 to 25% HP instead of 100 to 0. Which is awesome, thank you, because Bloodseeker was really weird. Like, if somebody got low and he's got like a crazy amount of movement speed and didn't kill him, he can just wreck everybody. So that means it has a cap now, as a cap. Thirst vision threshold from 30% health to 25% health. So it's pretty much back to what he was before, except for still global. Bounty Hunter. Intelligence growth increased from, yes! Bounty Hunter can now cast his abilities. Shuriken toss damage from this to that, so level 1 is a lot stronger, level 4 is still the same. Actually no, level 4 is stronger as well, 50 more damage. Shuriken toss cast range reduced, oh dang, that sucks. From 650 to 400, which is okay, because I guess Dagon Shuriken Bounty was too powerful. Shuriken toss mana cost from this to that, I actually got more expensive at level 1, a little bit cheaper at level 4. Track Shuriken bounce range from this to oh my gosh, that's a lot of range. From 900 to 1200, so that's a lot of range on that. Track now shows how much gold the enemy is carrying in the debuff tooltip. What? Oh my gosh, that intel though. Holy crap, guys! Imagine a bounty hunter in a game was a Spectre who's trying to farm Radiance, or a Naga who's farming Radiance. Like that's like a very subtle, small buff, but it can give you so much intel. Oh my god, I like that. That's like a really small thing you can add to the game. Nobody expected, but it just makes so much sense, and like you can just have so much strategy now. So bounty hunter is significantly more strategic than he used to be. Not saying he wasn't, but he's more so about, you know, just trying to keep track of people, which makes sense. He's keeping track of them, guys. Holy crap! I'm sorry, I'm freaking out too much in this. These patch notes are really amazing, and I'm only in the B's. Imagine what happens when I get to Juggernaut. Probably won't be surprised. Brewmaster Primal Split Primal Split units no longer provide bounty. Provide a bounty when killed. Was 1135 depending on level. Okay. Bristleback movement speed reduced from 295 to 290. Okay, Viscous Nasal Goo armor reduction rescaled from 1, 2, 2 per stack to 1, 1.4, 1.8, and 2.2. So it's gotten a little bit stronger at level 4. It's a little bit weaker at level 1. So it's kind of the same concept as Ember Spirit back when he got, you know, when he was introduced and then he got nerfed a little bit. His searing change used to scale like 1, 2, 3, 4, or they used to scale 1, 2, 2, 3, and they changed it to 1, 1, 2, 3, or something like that. So it's the same concept. They just want you to put more points inside of it to get that benefit. But the armor reduction gets higher at the higher levels, which is good. Alright, Brewmother's Incapacitating Bite is no longer unique attack modifier. Yes! She's stronger than she used to be ever. She can now get like a Daedalus, or wow, Daedalus. She can now get a Desolator and a Diffusal Blade. I'm just waiting to see how this plays out. I mean, Ability Draft is gonna be amazing now. Guys, imagine Mana Break in Incapacitating Bite as one ability on a ranged person. I actually did that once. It didn't work because I took incapacitating bite first, and then I got mana break, and mana break didn't trigger because they're both unique attack modifiers. Fun fact, guys: if you have 2 unique attack modifiers in ability draft as orbs, don't do it. It's not a good idea. So this is gonna be nice for a Broodmother. It gives her a nice little buff. Insatiable Hunger, attack damage from 60, 80, 100 to 60, 90, 120. Wow, she got a nice little buff. So Broodmother's gonna get a lot stronger. I'm not sure if we're gonna see a lot of people play her, but it's actually really nice or really easy to kind of make her have a hellish time. This is like kill her the first time before she kills your sentry, and then kill her again, and then she can't do anything. We're going to Centaur. Return now triggers when attacks land rather than when they start. Okay. Add Agnoceptor upgrade Centaur. Stampede reduces all incoming damage by 70% and allows allies to run through obstructions, trees close. What? What the heck? That's like the most random. Okay, all right. So he can now run through, or he can give you Stampede to just have clip walking, pretty much, just no clip mode for 4 seconds. So Centaur is gonna have a nice little Ags upgrade. All right, Chaos Ball minimum damage from 150, 75, 100 to 75, 100, 125, and 150. Okay, that's cool. So he's a little bit less random than what he used to be, and also the damage got a nice little buff at the higher levels. Okay, so that's cool. Clink's Skeleton Walk reduced from 20 to 20, 19, 18, 17. Cool, awesome. That's a nice little cooldown reduction. And Death Pack cooldown reduced from that to this, which is great. I think this was the exact duration. I think this was the exact duration of Death Pact. And now that means that you can eat a creep, you can possibly eat another creep so you have 10 seconds of like increased damage. I'm not sure if they'll stack on top of each other, but we'll see. Rocket Flare speed from 1500 to 1750. Ooh, nice. Flares are faster. Alright, Crystal Maiden, Crystal Nova movement and attack slow from -30 to -20, 30, 40, 50. Nice, nice, nice. That's going to encourage you to put a lot more points into that. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, people normally put like 2 points inside of that, and they put 2 points inside of a Frostbite or Frostbite? Maybe I don't know if Crystal Maiden is normally maxed out Frostbite first or Crystal Nova, but if I'm not mistaken, it's usually one of those 2 that they'll max out first. And I think now Crystal Nova is going to have a higher priority because it does give you a lot more slow. Like level 3 is going to be nice. Level 4, it's going to be amazing. Crystal Nova slow duration from 3.5, 4.5 to 5 to 4.5. Nice. Frostbite cooldown reduced. What? It did not really need a reduction. 10.987 to 9.876. Guys, I'm dead serious. When I told you guys this is going to be the gank meta, I'm dead serious. They're going to be encouraging a lot of supports to be really active on the map and ganking everywhere. And also, it's gonna reward supports a lot. I think supports might be the richer in the end. Freezing Field cooldown from 150, 120, 90 to just 90. Nice. It means it's going to be basically available for almost every fight once you get into later stages of the game. So that's really nice. Ion Shell duration increased by 5 seconds. Cool. Wall Replica damage dealt by illusion from 70, 80, 90 to 60, 75, 90. So it's a reduction of the earlier levels. I guess it's okay. Wall Replica duration from 15, 30, 45 to 45. Great. It sucked having to pay 300 or 200 mana for a 15-second wall at level 1, which is why people never picked it up. Wall Replica mana cost rescaled, nice, from 200, 300, 400 to 125, 220, or 250, and 375. Awesome. Everything reduced by 25. Well, actually, no. Level 1 is really cheap. Poison Touch level 4 damage from 32 to 36. Wow. So that means Dazzle's going to get even more damage out of that. I think it does 10 ticks of damage. So that's going to be increased by 40 damage overall. So it's going to be a nice nuke for Dazzle. Death Prophet Exorcism Spirit count from 4:12:21 to 6:13:21. Okay, so early level is going to be a little bit stronger. Disruptor Kinetic Field duration from 2.5, 3.54 to 2.6, 3.2, 3.8, and 4.4. Okay, so a little bit increase inside of that. It's gonna be I think that might be 1 extra tick of damage. Actually, no, that means the damage comes out slower then. I think Disruptor's Static Field, if I'm not mistaken, does exactly 58 ticks of damage or something like that. And that means that it does 58 over the course of the whole entire thing. So I think that means that it's... I don't know, I have to go read it up again. If I'm not mistaken, it did like a certain number, like 58 sounds too high, but it is something not that great. Or something over time, some certain number of ticks, sorry. Dragon Knight. Breathe Fire now also reduces base damage by 20, 25, 30, 35 for 8 seconds. Nice. Nice. Good. Good on you. Corrosive breath damage is now lethal. I didn't realize it can kill you. Elder Dragon forms splash damage percentage radius from 100, 200, 250 for 175, 50% damage to 150, 225, 300. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, the radius is increased by a little bit. Okay, cool. I was about to say, I thought it said increase the damage by that much. So wow, this is a huge jump. Just want Dragon Knight to be played. Earth Spirit, Boulder Smash damage from 125 flat to a nice little scaling from 50 to 200. Nice. So it's going to get a lot more utility out of that as far as getting some damage and nice little cost-effective thing. G-Mana Grip mana cost rescale from 75 to 100. I don't play Earth Spirit a lot, and I haven't seen a lot of Earth Spirits played because I almost purely play ability draft. But from what I've seen, yeah, that's going to be, it's going to make him manage his mana a little bit more consciously. G-Mana Grip damage from 50, 125, 200, 275 to 50, 100, 150, 200. So some logical scaling, but it's not going to be as damaging as against Boulder Smash. Magnetize cannot be dispelled. Good. Fixed Hex, not interrupting rolling boulder if cast at the initial 0.6 seconds. Okay, cool. Elder Titan Echo Stomp channel time from 1.8 to 1.6, so it's going to come out slightly faster, which is good. Echo Stomp cooldown from 15 seconds to 14, 13, 12, 11. Nice. Untouchable attack slows from 30, 60, 90, 120 to 40, 70, 100, and 130. I don't think that needed a buff, I'm sorry. Enchants can now be cast on controlled units to refresh the enchant duration. Nice. And Impetus now pierces spell immunity. Aw, come on. That's gonna suck. Jeez. Okay, imagine ability draft with somebody who has Impetus and they also have Ursa's Overpower. You can't do anything about it. You gotta suck it up. It's pure damage. It's straight up pure damage. That's gonna suck. Ability draft wise, it's gonna suck. Normal game wise, it's not gonna matter that much because I guess Enchantress as a carry, it's not that big of a thing. Actually, it might be more now because like I said, gank meta. Enchantress is one of those people who's actually really decent or really good at ganking, so she can just transition to a carry naturally. So it's gonna be cool. Enigma Midnight Pulse cast point improved from 0.3 to 0.2, so it's gonna come out faster. Black Hole now does a constant 55, 100, and 165 damage per second, regardless of the proximity to the center. Cool. Black Hole mana cost from 275, 350, 425 to 275, 325, and 375. So it's a little bit cheaper, 50 mana cheaper at level 3 or level 16. Gyrocopter Rocket Barrage no longer has a cast point. Previously had 0.3. I didn't realize that. Call down missile 2 slow duration from 3 to 4. Okay, it's gonna be annoying. Huskar Inner Vitality cast range increase from 550 to 800. Jesus, that's a lot. That's like a 250 jump, guys. That's a huge range. Inner Vitality cooldown from 25 to 22, 19, 16 to 22, 18, 14, 10. Nice. Invoker int gain from 2.5 to 3.2. Invoker no longer triggers cooldowns if it only swaps the ability slots. Invoke no longer triggers cooldowns if it only okay, cool. That's gonna help out us people who are bad at using those spells. Just like Sunstrike. Sunstrike cooldown reduced from 30 to 25. Cool. Max level Deafening Blast cost Wax and Exort at all levels is now a non-targetable circular wave released in every direction around an Invoker. Nice. So he basically has Roshan's from Dire Tide. If you guys were here that long, from Dire Tide, when Roshan used to slam on the ground and Deafening Blast went in all directions, that means that Invoker can just like Deafening Blast everywhere. So that's gonna be some nice scaling for Deafening Blast. That's gonna encourage Invokers to try to hit level 25 faster and upgrade everything. IO relocate double click now teleports to Fountain. Cool. Jakiro base strength increased from 24 to 25. Macropire duration from 7 14 receptor to 10 20 receptor. Nice. Macropire area of effect radius or area of effect increase from 225 to 240. So it's it's gonna be a wider wave of dragon vomit everywhere. Juggernaut Blade Fury cooldown from 30 25 22 to 18 to 42 34 26 18. Gosh, jeez, that's horrible. If I'm not mistaken, I thought that's how it was before. It was like 40 seconds before, and then they pushed it down, and then they pushed it right back up. I don't remember what it was before. We'll have to check the patch history, or yeah, patch history, changelog, whatever. Blade Fairy now has the same spell immunity and cast dispel behavior as other spell immunities. So that means it can be dispelled. Previously, it only removed your positive buffs. What? So it used to not remove negative debuffs? I thought I got rid of negative debuffs. I thought that was the whole point of using it. Anyway, Healing Ward moves speed from 450 to 420. Thank you, that thing moves too fast. Omni Slash no longer mini stuns on cast. Ooh, so he basically has sniper syndrome. No longer had that mini stun. He's gonna hate that. Using items slash abilities and Omni Slash no longer requires facing direction. Cool. So they give him, I guess his only nerf came from the Omni Slash, giving the mini stun. So that means that people can just TP out and you'll be slashing away and then they'll just go home. Alright, Keeper of the Light, Mana Leak cooldown from 16 to 16, 14, 12, 10. They're trying to encourage some Keeper of the Light play. Chakra Magic now adds a buff that reduces the cooldown for the next spell its target cast by 1, 2, 3, 4, wow, seconds. Buff lasts 12 seconds. Nice! That's actually really cool. So if you have somebody who has an ability that has like a 4-second cooldown, I'm trying to think of one. Cannot think of one. But if you have somebody who has ability with a 4-second cooldown, you can just basically have them just use it and then use it again. So that's gonna be nice. I'm actually interested now to see what kind of combinations we'll see with Coddle. We'll see people experiment with that. Moving on, Scepter Illuminate heal percentage from 75 to 100%. Cool. They're trying to encourage some Coddle play. Moving on, Kunkka. Kunkka no longer turns to cast Torrent. Okay, so that means that he can cast it a lot faster. Torrent cooldown reduced from 12 to 10. So that means Kunkka can run away and just cast Torrent and keep going. X marks the spot, mana calls from 80 to 50. Nice, nice. Legion Commander, Moment of Courage, counter attack chance from 16, 18, 20, 22 to 25. Wow, that's huge. Moment of Courage lifesteal from 20, 40, 60, 80 to 55. 55? 55? To say 55? Jeez, why is she getting so many buffs? Holy crap. 55, 65, 75, 85. Holy dear God. Moment of Courage cooldown from 0.9 to... Okay, I see. Alright, so they gave it a buff because they increased the cooldown. To 2.7, 2.1, 1.5, and 0.9. So hold on, Moment of Courage life still got 5% better, but now the cooldown is going to be actually a thing. If I'm not mistaken, the cooldown original was a relic from like the old days of Dota, just because they had to have a cooldown in there. But now the cooldown is actually going to matter. Added Aghanim Scepter, upgrade to Legion Commander's duelized until either Legion Commander or her target dies. Ends if duelists are ever more than 2,000 range apart. Ah, nice. So she can force you to fight her to the death. Fight me! To the death! Alright, Leshak. Move speeds from 315 to 320. Nice move speed buff. Sorry. Lightning Storm cast point from 0.7 to 0.6, so you can now cast that faster. Lightning Storm slow duration from 0.7 to 0.7, or so 0.75 to 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and 1. Cool. Lich Ice Armor cast range from 500 to 1,000. Jeez. Chain Force projectile speed from 675 to 750, so you can just get on with it and hurry up and kill people. Nice. Lifestealer. Feast is now considered as normal bonus damage. Can crit and cleave off of it. What? Jeez. Lifestealer needed a buff for that. Actually, Lifestealer fell out of popularity, so they're trying to make it more popular. But it's going to be interesting to see how that works out, because Feast will count as a second source of damage then. So that means that if you hit someone with Feast, which does like what, 6% or 7% of their health, that means that you'll be able to crit off of that. That means you can, oh my gosh, you can just do so much damage. Jeez, Lifestealer's gonna be crazy. Open Wounds Lifestealer increased from what? Oh, Open Wounds Lifesteal increased from that little crappy thing to just 50% straight up. Cool. Added Aghanim Scepter upgrade to Lifestealer. Cool. Grants new ability, Assimilate. Assimilate allows Lifestealer to target an allied hero and swallow them, allowing them to hide into Lifestealer. Any healing Lifestealer receives is shared with the assimilated hero. The assimilated hero can release itself at any time by clicking the buff icon to erupt outwards and deal 300 damage to enemies in 700 AoE. If Lifestealer dies while assimilated hero, the current assimilated hero will automatically exit, issuing any order with your hero. A few seconds after being simulated will take you out. So there was a meme that I saw where somebody was like, they basically had a picture. They had a picture of like a lifestealer or bristleback within lifestealer, and then lifestealer. It was a Yodog picture. They had a picture of bristleback within lifestealer, and lifestealer went inside of Storm, and the Storm Spirit got pulled into Phoenix ult, and like it was. I'll find it. Actually, I can find it now. Let me do that. I forgot I'm live streaming. Alright, Dota 2. I just want to see if I can find it. Alright guys, this is important. It's an interlude. We gotta do it. Man, I don't remember where I saw it. It was a hilarious thing. It's probably on Reddit. I don't know. I'll find it later, guys. Alright, it's not as important as all, but let's go ahead and keep going on with this video. But anyway, it was a Yodog picture. It was pretty interesting. Alright, Lena, Aghanim Scepter upgrade, Laguna Blade no longer increased cast range. Aw, that sucks. Lone Druid, true form is no longer removed on death. Nice. That means Aghanim Scepter will be good. Other toggle forms change as well. Medusa Split Shot, Mana Shield, and Troll's Berserker's Rage. Cool, sweet. Battlecry armor increased from 5, 10, 15 to 6, 12, 18. Battlecry damage increased from 50, 75, 100 to 60, 90, 120. Added Aghanim Scepter upgrade to Lone Druid allows Spirit Bearer to attack at any range from Lone Druid and prevents Spirit Bearer from dying if Lone Druid dies. So basically, the new combination, guys. If you're not paying attention, new combination is going to be Alchemist and Lone Druid. Like Alchemist support Lone Druid as the carry. So Alchemist can apply his Aghanim Scepter upgrade and then just make Lone Druid that much more scary. Oh man, this is gonna be, this new meta is gonna be so weird. We're gonna see like support Alchemist support Alchemist again. And if anybody missed that, just if you want a refresher, Alchemist has a new Aghanim Scepter upgrade where he can consume an Aghanim Scepter to apply the Ag's upgrade to anybody. And then they get the stats and everything, but they don't have to use a slot for it, which is interesting. Anyway, so that's gonna happen. Luna, base armor increased by 1. Eclipse per unit capped increased from 4 to 5. Improved Aghanim Scepter allows Eclipse to be cast on an area within 250 range, granting grants obstructed vision in the area. Can also target an allied unit to center Eclipse on the location even while moving. Can double click the target Luna. Huh. Okay. Okay, so that means it turns Eclipse from a thing that happens around her to things that happen in the AoE. Cool. Medusa, Split Shot, Mana Shield no longer removed on death. Or Split Shot and Mana Shield, okay, same thing. Geostrike damage from 7, 14, 21 and 20 to 8, 16, 24, 32. Divided We Stand no longer causes Meepo to respawn 20% faster. Aww. So now nobody's really gonna play Meepo now. Starstorm second hit range from 175 to 325, and the second hit now strikes the unit closest to Mirana. Okay. Morphling. Oh my gosh, guys! Adaptive Strike is now 120. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. I thought it. I thought I should have like tweeted it so I could be. Damn! I knew it was gonna happen because Adaptive Strike being an immediate thing, like you just raise your hands and it happens. It's like BS. So Adaptive Strike is now a projectile. So same concept as a Ghost Scepter, or not Ghost Scepter, as a E-Blade. Added Aghanim Scepter upgrade to Morphling, grants new ability, Hybrid, allows Morphling to target an ally, turning himself into a hybrid illusion, removing the Morphling himself. This hybrid illusion can cast non-ultimate abilities and has your original abilities. Lasts 20 seconds, and the duration ends when the hybrid dies. When the duration ends, the hybrid dies, your hero emerges, cannot end prematurely. Wow. Ability is not available while you have a replicate living. What? So you mean I can copy? Oh, Stormless. Okay. I'm trying to think of what useful person is there to copy. A spear? You can copy a Spear Breaker? Hold on. When the duration ends or the hybrid dies, your hero emerges. So you can. That is gonna be some nasty stuff. Holy crap. So you can As more, so that's going to encourage tri-core lineups, by the way, where it's basically 3 cores. And also, you know what? Now thinking about it as well, just thinking about the logic of everything. For Dota, technically speaking, a tri-core lineup happens everything. You have a mid, an offlaner, and then the carry, whatever. But when you really focus it heavily, like you just have some 2 really support or crappy supports who don't really need much farm, and then you have 3 people who really need farm. It's going to make it interesting because Morphling can copy Queen of Pain and go ganking around the map and have a bunch of fun, or he can copy something like a Spirit Breaker and he can just charge in, do his thing, and you know, cast his thing, or cast his little his chain whatever it's called, empowering haste, and afterwards his hybrid emerges, or his hybrid ends or dies and emerges, and he just starts killing stuff. So that's gonna be really interesting to see his Morphling get played. Also considering there's an Alchemist as well. So okay, moving on. Naga Siren. Its snare cooldown from 14 to 12, which is cool. Its snare is now dispellable. Can still be cast on spell minion units. I thought it was still dispellable. Its snare is no longer removed if target becomes ethereal. Aww, it sucks. That was one of my favorite things about getting E-Blade versus Naga. Added Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Song of the Siren now regenerates you and nearby allies by 6% of their maximum HP by what per second for 7 seconds. So support Naga is going to be a thing. Cool. Alright, Sprout. Man, this added a lot of Aghanim Scepter upgrades. Jeez, I'm seeing all these Ags upgrades. Good lord. Nature's Prophet. Sprout cast range increased from something very crappy to something really good. So from 600 base, just flat, to 625 base to 850 max at level 4. It's good. Sprout duration increased from 3.75, 4.5, 5.5 to 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Nature's Call. Nature's Call treant base damage from 22 to 28. Aghanim Scepter upgrade for Nature's Wrath now spawns a Nature's Call treant whenever it kills a unit. Ooh. Killing a hero will spawn a stronger treant, 3 times the damage and more, or in health than the normal one. Wow! What is going on right now? Jeez. That is gonna be so sick. So every time Nature's Prophet casts his ult, whenever he kills something, he's gonna have a random treant show up. That's gonna be like crazy for scouting. Holy crap. Yeah, this patch is gonna be it's gonna change the game so much right now, guys. Like I'm only a Night Stalker. I said this back at Alchemist, but like this patch is gonna change the whole entire game. Like the game was played in a certain way, it's gonna be played a totally different way. We're gonna find new people. We might see a Carry Dazzle finally. For God's sakes, I want to see Carry Dazzle. Carry Dazzle's awesome. Alright, Night Stalker. Void attack speed slow increased from -35 to -50. Now matches the move speed slow. Cool. Nyx Assassin using Spike Carapace no longer removes Vendetta. Awesome. Added Aghanim Scepter upgrade. Nyx adds a new ability, Burrow, within a 1 second cast time. While burrowed, Nyx Assassin is invisible and unable to move or attack, but has 40% damage resistance and regenerates 1.5% of its health in mana per second. Okay, before I finish reading all this, let me guess. He has another ability that he can unlock that's gonna say Tunneling Claws. I mean, God, I'm sorry guys. If you guys don't watch StarCraft, StarCraft he's basically goddamn what's this thing called? It's not a Bailey. He's basically a roach now. So he can burrow into the ground when he casts his ult. Oh no, adds a new ability, my bad. He can burrow into the ground to heal, regenerates of his health. Nyx Assassin's abilities now have improved properties while burrowed. Mana Burn and Impale have 50% increased cast range. Impale cooldown is reduced from 13 to 9. And Spike Carapace instantly stuns an enemy unit within a 300 AoE effect without requiring them to hurt him first. Casting Vendetta while burrowed, or casting Vendetta causes burrow to end. What? So he's basically a lurker. He's a lurker slash a roach, guys. Okay, he doesn't have Tunneling Claws, so he's just a lurker. So Nyx Assassin, the lurker. Alright, good, gotcha. That is lurkers from StarCraft again. StarCraft Brute War. Alright, moving on. Omni Knight. Purification cast points from 0.5 to 0.4, so you can now cast that faster. Awesome. Oracle, oh my gosh guys, the Oracle nerf stick is happening. Alright, let's see what happens. Purifying Flames mana cost reduced from 55, 75, 85, 100 to 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, not as much of it's a buff actually. Purifying Flames cooldown reduced from 3 to 2.5. Okay, that's another buff. Purifying Flames can now target non-hero units. Once again a buff. False Promise no longer makes the target invisible. Okay, good. False Promise now continuously removes debuffs and disables instead of when it's. Oh man, nice. So it's basically like a Dark Pact. So it's like a Dark Pact for 7 seconds. False Promise duration from 7, 8, 9 to 6, 7, 8. Good. False Promise cooldown from 20 seconds, which is freaking ridiculous, to 80, 60, 40. That's more like it. Okay, I like these changes. I'm okay with the changes. The invisibility thing wasn't that big of a deal. Basically, it would suck a lot because usually when somebody gets False Promise in like a ability draft game, then somebody else would get some permanent invis or something like that. So you just counter everybody just by getting some detection, and it just wouldn't be a fun game. So seeing this change in False Promise, I'm actually really good with that. Oracle, I think Oracle needed that before he actually got put into Captain's mode, and I think he's already in Captain's. Well, I don't know if he's already in Captain's mode, but he does need that reduction, because like that cooldown or that increase, that cooldown for his ult was ridiculous. A 20-second cooldown. All you gotta do is have the mana for it. You're good. You're set for life. Alright, moving on to OD. Agnosceptor Sandy Eclipse upgrade now affects everyone in the AoE, or in the area with Astral Imprisonment after it deals its damage. Oh my. Oh, that's interesting. So you basically just drop your ult and everybody's in Astral Imprisonment. That's gonna suck for coordination, but geez, that's gonna be awesome for initiating fights. Agnosceptor Sandy Eclipse no longer sorry, words are hard. Agnosceptor Sandy Eclipse upgrade no longer always triggers the mana drain and does not increase the damage multiplier by 1. Okay, so they swapped out things. Phoenix Fire Spirits now. Fire Spirit now does an obstructed reveal of the area it hits for 1 second. Okay, cool. Puck Waning Rift damage increased. Why? Increased at level 1 from 70, increased at all levels except for level 4, still same damage. But increased from 70, 140 to 10 to 80 to 100, 160, 220, and 280. Cool. Rot move slow from 20% to 20, 22, 24, 26. Thanks. We need a buff on Punch. Yes, we need a buff on Punch. Being sarcastic here. Pugna, decrepify enemies slow from 50% to 30, 40, 50, 60. Nice. Decrepify magic. Sorry, hold on. Decrepify enemy magic damage amplification from 50 to match the slow. Okay, cool. Decrepify duration from 2 seconds, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 2, 3.5, flat. Nice. Decrepify cooldown from 12, 10, 8, 6 to 15, 12, 9, 6. So it's gonna make it a little bit harder to use at early levels, which is okay. It's not that great of ability. But slow is decent at the high level, I guess. Life drain damage and restore per second rescaled. Rescaled? Yeah, rescaled. From 120, 160, 200 to 150, 185, 220, which is nice. That makes it a lot stronger. Life drain cast range from 101,000 flat to 900, 1050, 1200. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, now Pugna's Agnosceptor upgrade, life drain no longer increases cast range. Okay. Alright, Ricky's Smokescreen no longer slows attack speed. Good. And Smokescreen now reduces turn rate by 30%. Oh, nice. So now there's 2 abilities that slow turn rate. The only 2 abilities in the game. Cool. No field also works on creeps. Cool. So it can help push your lane. And you can also maybe stop Queen of Pain from just wrecking your creeps when you're in the lane. Sand King, Caustic Finale duration from 8 to 6. Caustic Finale now always triggers via unit death or when its duration expires. If triggered by timer expiration, it deals 30% of the damage. What? Jeez. Let me guess, it's no longer a unique attack modifier, huh? Hold on. Caustic Finale no longer resets the duration of a unit that already has the buff. Caustic Finale now applies a 20% movement slow when the damage triggers via unit death or when the timer expires. Slow lasts for 3 seconds. Wow! That just became a good ability. Alright, so ability draft wise, people like to pick Caustic Finale for some reason on ranged people. It makes sense, but it's a unique attack modifier, so it means that you're going to be kind of limiting yourself as far as items. So now the fact that Cosmic Finale gives you this many, different benefits, I think it's going to be a really popular thing to get picked up in ability draft. And moving to the actual game of Dota, it's going to make Sand Kings probably prefer not to get it at all, like even harder, because it's going to push lanes. Of course, until you want to push lanes and you want to go and get it. Shadow Demon. Shadow Poison Mana cost from 50 to 40. Cool. Demonic Purge Aggressive upgrade now applies Break, disabling some passives. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we have 2 people who can break those passives. Passives. Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman base strength increased from 19 to 21. Thank you. He dies a lot. And Shadow Shaman strength gain increased from 1.6 to 1.8. Sweet. So now he's more survivable. Silencer base movement speed. Oh man, hold on. I gotta pay attention to this. Silencer base movement speed from 300 to 295, so a slight nerf on that. Last word's initial enemy cast allowance window from 5 to 4 seconds. Last word no longer disarms, and last word now applies a 14, 16, 18, 20% move speed slow when it's triggered. Okay. I was kind of hoping, to move the thing to the glaives again, but it looks like it didn't. Slither and Crush damage from 50, 100, 150, 200, 75, 125, 175, and 225. Okay, moving on. Sniper. Yes, Sniper. Sniper agility gain from 2.9 to, wow, it was almost 3. 2.9 to 2.5. Shrapnel recharge time from 40 seconds to 45 seconds. Shrapnel delay increased from 0.8 to 1.4. Shrapnel now gives vision when the shrapnel lands rather than instantly. And a headshot can now miss. Good. And assassinate damage from 355, 505, and 65 or 655 to 320, 485, and 650. All right. For anybody who doesn't know what that means, the headshot can now miss. What that means is that Sniper is no longer as strong as he used to be. So one mechanic about headshot that nobody really paid attention to was that headshot has a 40% chance to proc, and whenever headshot procs, it will always apply its damage. Like headshot will never miss. Used to never miss. Basically, if Sniper was shooting you and you had Windrunner's wind run, then he'll shoot you, miss, and there's a 40% chance that one of them will hit with a headshot, and when it hits with a headshot, it applies its damage. How does Coolblue know about this? Because there was a sniper in a village draft game who had headshot, and I was like, oh, I'm going to be playing mid. I'm going to get wind run, so you can't hit me with your headshot. And basically, I was like, oh yeah, he's hit me. Oh, okay, he's hit me. Don't worry, I can just trade blows with him. And then, it's like, okay, cool, I'm getting low. Let me go ahead and hit this wind run button. I hit wind run, and I started running away. And Sniper's like, hit, miss, hit. I was like, what? How's this hit me? I'm in wind run. And that's when I figured out that Sniper's headshot procs regardless if you have evasion or not, or whether he missed or not. So saying that it can now miss, which is it's great. That means that people like Windrunner are gonna have a lot easier time. People who naturally have evasion built in, well, Faceless Void doesn't count, but people who naturally build evasion-based items like a anti-mage, people like Phantom Lancer, people who build things like Eagle Songs and Talisman Evasion things. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word. Butterflies are gonna have a lot more fun versus Sniper. That's gonna make Sniper a lot more risky because now he can miss. So I like that. I like that small, subtle change. It's not necessarily gonna break Sniper and as to what power he has now. I think more so the thing that's gonna break Sniper as far as the power he has now is gonna be that shrapnel recharge. Of course, agility is gonna affect him a lot. That's basically overall was at 0.4. So 0.4 times 25 or 24. So 0.4 times crap. I can't do math that fast. Yeah, I need a calculator. Right. Coolblue breaking out the calculator. That's what you know. That's when you know situation got real, bros. 0.4 times 25. Well, 24. So he's gonna get a reduction in 9.6 agility, which is basically a Blade of Valkyrie. That's almost 10. 10 agility. This is really gonna suck for him. But it's okay. It's a way to balance out Sniper because he's extremely popular right now. And I think that headshot cannot miss is going to be the hugest nerf for Sniper. Like, people are going to not appreciate that at all. Anyway, moving on to Spectre. Spectre reality no longer targets, so reality no longer kills the target illusion. It now swaps positions. Cool. I like that. That's a good idea. Spirit Breaker, empowering haste cooldown from 16 seconds to 12 seconds. Cool. Storm Spirit, movement speed reduced from 290 to 285, and Ball Lightning flying vision from 1000 to 400. I didn't realize it was that huge. Jesus, I knew he had flying vision when he's doing Ball Lightning. but I didn't realize it was 1,000. That's actually quite ridiculous. That's basically better than your night vision for a typical hero. Alright, Sven once again gets a buff for Warcry. Warcry bonus armor increase from 4, 8, 12, 16 to 5, 10, 15, 20. Cool. Techies. Landmines activation delay reduced from 1.75 to 0.5 seconds. Sweet. Well, actually, no, that's sweet. It's activate. Okay, it's activation. Never mind. Stasis trap activation delay from 2 to 1.5. Stasis trap detonation from 2 to 1.5. Suicide squad attack cooldown reduced actually from 180, 170, 160, 150 to 160, 140, 180, 100. Minefield sign cooldown cooldown from 120, so it's every 2 minutes to every, what was that? Every 5 minutes? Jesus. Minefield sign now requires techies to walk precisely on the targeted spot. So that's risky. And a minefield sign now has an area of effect trigger cursor. Cool. Minefield sign now has a lifespan of 180 seconds. And techies Agnes after upgrade causes the minefield sign to make all landmines, stasis traps, and remote mines within a 125 area of effect immune to true sight. Can only have one sign at a time. Wow, that's actually really interesting. Okay, so that means you can, or your minefield sign has a long cooldown now, but you can basically get like a huge chunk of landmines, put like a minefield sign, people are like, oh, it's just trying to zone me out. You walk into just explode. It's like, oh, don't worry, I got a gym, I got this. So that's a nice buff to really nice buff to techies. I like that. Alright, Tempo Assassin meld cooldown from 7 to 6 seconds. I don't know why she needed that, but okay. Terrorblade reflection cast range from 275 to 325. Reflection illusion outgoing damage from 40, 50, 60, 70% to 40, 60, 80, 100%. Wow. Terrorblade is going to be the new absolute illusion hero. No longer are we going to see Naga Sirens and all this morphling nonsense with Mantis styles and whatnot. But we're going to see Terrorblades. Alright, so Terrorblade as a carry, he's going to see a lot of play. I think Terrorblade's going to see a lot of play now. Oh wait, no, I take it back. That's reflection. Sorry, I'm thinking his illusions. That's not mirror image, or whatever it's called. Reflection is the thing that slows you. Never mind, that's not that great. I mean, it's good, but it's not that great. I mean, the cast range on reflection used to be 275, which is basically melee range for Tempo Assassin, or basically attack range for Tempo Assassin. So it's gonna be nice that he can cast from a little bit further, but still not that huge of a buff. I thought I was referring to his illusions, but that's reflection. All right. Tidehunter, Kraken Shell damage block increased from 10, 20, 30, 40 to 12, 24, 36, and 48. It's gonna be nice since he can't block, all those abilities again with his stupid Kraken Shell. Timbersaw, reactive armor now triggers. Okay, we already read that. Reactive armor max stacked increased from 4, 8, 12, 16 to 5, 10, 15, 20. Nice. Laser Hero Blind duration increased from 3 seconds flat to 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5 for Tinker. And also for Tinker, rearm mana cost from 150, 250, 350 to 125, 225, and 325. Alright, this is a nice little buff to Tinker. Agnosceptor Laser no longer has additional cast range. But Agnosceptor range or Laser now refracts to visible enemy heroes within 550 bounce range. Oh, I see. So it bounces. Holy crap. So basically you can cast the laser and it bounces on top of other people. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be nice. Holy crap. I mean, it no longer has a cast range, but that's gonna be really nice. You can blind the entire team. Holy crap, that's gonna be nice. Alright, Tiny. Toss grab radius from 250 to 275, nice. And Toss now grabs the closest unit rather than a random unit. Great. So that means somebody can be right on top of you, you can toss that person. Good. Alright, Trigger. Eyes in the Forest, area of effect reduced from 800 to 700. I still think I need to do something more, because Trion's Eyes in the Forest are really strong. Trollward! Berserker range no longer provides plus 15 damage. Aww. Range Whirling Axis no longer provides 800 vision. Wow. Oh yeah, that makes sense. No longer provide 800 vision. Melee Whirling Axes no longer provide 500 vision. Battle Trance duration reduced from 7 to 5 seconds, and Berserker's range no longer removed on death. We already talked about that. Ice Shards for Tusk. Ice Shard's mana cost reduced from 100.5 or 120 to 90. Nice. Ice Shard's cooldown reduced from 18, 16, 14, 12 to 19, 16, 13, 10. That's gonna be nice as well. A nice buff to Tusk. I always thought his Ice Shards cost too much for him, for Tusk specifically. Ice Shard's vision revealed from 0.5 seconds to 2 seconds. Cool. Snowball's speed is now a constant 675. Aww. Snowball no longer auto loads units within 100 range. Tusk can now add allies to Snowball while moving. Nice. Added Aghanosceptor to Tusk. Adds a new ability called Warrior's Kick. Kicks a target unit, or kicks a target back 600 units. The kick slows by 40 seconds, or for 40 seconds, or slows by 40% for 4 seconds. 12-second cooldown. So you can do a Warrior's Punch and then kick him. Oh man, does it do any damage, or does it just kick him back? So basically that's kind of like Earth Spirit. Basically just kick somebody. I mean, it just doesn't do the thing, but also slows. The kick slows by 40% for 4 seconds. Now, I wonder if this works on allies. I don't know if this works on allies. It says, kicks the target back 600 or 900 units. And the kick slows by 40% for 4 seconds. I don't know if it slows your enemies, or just your enemies, or if it slows your allies as well. It looks like if it slows your allies. Undying Soul Rip is now considered 1 damage instance to the enemy. Oh, I didn't realize it was considered multiple. Oh my gosh, dude, the combinations. Alright, I'm thinking about ability draft. So Sticky Napalm is really great with multiple damage instances. So if you can do like a bunch of damage instances in like a quick succession, you can just like tear somebody apart. So I didn't realize Soul Rip was considered multiple damage instances, which means that if you can just Sticky Napalm somebody for like 3 stacks and then drop a Soul Rip with like 10 things around them, they're gonna die immediately. So that's gonna be crazy because they're gonna trigger Sticky Napalm like every single instance. Remove Tombstone zombie targeting from Soul Rip. Tombstone zombies now require 1 attack to kill rather than having 30 health. Zombies require 2 hits from creeps. Cool. Ursa Warrior reworked Enrage. Alright, so Enrage, the older Enrage, Ursa goes into a frenzy, calls him to take. Oh wait, no, the new one. Oh my gosh. Ursa goes into a frenzy, calls him to take 80% less damage from any source, and for his attack to deal 2.5, 3 times the Fury Swipe damage, removes any existing buffs upon cast. What? What is happening right now? Holy crap! So if you it says 80% less damage from any guys. That's 80%. That means that if Urs, oh dear God, he can cast Enrage, and then go Fury Swipes, and then just like have, what was it? I think Fury Swipes gives you 6, so now he has 18. What? And it's 80%. Oh my God, my brain is burning right now. That is ridiculous. You guys don't understand the amount of rage I have right now. I'm just trying to fathom how can you escape that. I think the answer is you can't. So you basically have to cast Enrage first, and then you can cast your Fury Swipes. So you can't do Fury Swipes. You can't cast Fury Swipes and then do a Rage or Overpower. My bad. Oh no, hold on. Oh my gosh, that's even worse than what I thought it was. Holy crap. Okay. Let me redo my statement real fast. So basically Ursa's gonna wreck people in like 2 seconds. So okay, I'll explain it now that I understand what I just said, or what was just said to me. Basically, if Ursa casts Enrage, then his Fury Swipes, which is the thing that the thing that stacks up, like when he hits you, the more time he hits you, the more damage it does over time, or the more damage it does to you per hit. That's going to be 3 times the damage. So if you have like 4 Fury Swipe stacks on you, which I think adds up to like, I don't know the numbers, let's just call it 50 damage, 50 extra damage in addition to the extra 10 that's going to get added into it, whatever. You're basically gonna get mauled and murdered. Oh my God, Ursa just got nasty. Oh man, and that 80% less damage from any source? That is ridiculous. Holy crap. Guys, Ursa is gonna be the man of the hour, or the bear of the hour. That is crazy. Like I'm just like trying to think of situations where we see those amazing plays where Ursa has like 10 HP and heals up everything, because not only did he activate his Enrage and the Fury Swipes, And sorry, not only activate Enrage and Overpower, but he also has a Satanic. Like, that's gotta be ridiculous. God. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm like fangirling over here. My bad. Alright, moving on. Venomancer. Venomancer's Venomous Gale tick damage from 0, 30, 60, 90 to 10, 40, 70, 100. Cool. So it actually does some tick damage on the early levels. He actually might be able to kill you with it. Viper. Viper Strike cooldown reduced from 80, 50, 30 to 70, 50, 30. So early levels is going to be reduced. Besides, Gravekeeper's Cloak recharge time from 6 to 4 seconds. Cool. Familiars no longer have 300, 450, and 600 health. Familiars now require 4 hero attacks to be killed. Creeps and illusions do 1/4 damage and towers do 1/2. Okay. So this will make Visage have to pay more attention to his familiars. Warlock, Fatal Bond's cast range increased from 900 to 1000. Cool. Fatal Bond's cast time from 0.5, or cast point time, from 0.5 to 0.2, awesome. And Chaotic Offering Golem's health regeneration from 15, 30, 45 to 25, 50, 75. That's gonna suck to kill that Golem when you're a support. I do know that killing the Golem is very difficult as a support because you have no damage anywhere and you're just getting burned to death. Moving on to Weaver. Weaver, the Swarm damage, or sorry, the Swarm duration rescaled from 14, 16, 18, 20 to just 16. Cool, nice middle ground. The Swarm damage from 15, 20, 25, 30 to 20. Nice, like I said, some middle ground going on there. The Swarm attack rate. The Swarm attack rate from an enemy, or the Swarm attack rate for, I can't read. Sorry. The Swarm attack rate for an attack every 1.35 seconds from 1.4, 1.25, 1.1, and 0.95. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay, so yeah, so basically the Swarm attacks you at a certain range, so it basically does 20 damage. Alright, it will now do 20 damage every 0.95 seconds, so that's what it's saying. Sorry, that was hard to read that. Anyway, Gemini attack now launches a second projectile 0.25 seconds after the initial one fires instead of after impacting the target. Okay. Gemini attack no longer has a range limit. Nice. Added Agnoceptor upgrade to Weaver reduces the cooldown of time lapse to 20 seconds and allows time lapse to target allied heroes. Oh my gosh, support Weaver! Support Weaver, guys! Oh my gosh, support Weaver! I'm sorry, support Weaver. Let's do this. Moving on. Shackle Shot. Shackle Shot cast point from 0.3 to 0.15, so she now cast it faster. Winter Wyvern. Enable Winter Wyvern in Captain's mode. Reworked Winter's Curse. Okay, we're probably gonna see an Ags upgrade somewhere. Those cursed to attack their allies take 70% less damage from all sources. Okay. Area effect increase from 350 to 400. Okay, I think that's fair. Duration from 2.5, 2.75, 3 to 2.5, 3, and 3.5. Awesome. And the cooldown from 90, 80, 70 to 110, 100, 190. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of Winter Wyvern because I think Winter Wyvern is really great at ganking, especially with the Arctic Burn. Speaking of which, Arctic Burn is now dispellable. Arctic Burn damage per second from 6% health to 8% health. Wow. Arctic Burn damage. Excuse me, Arctic Burn damage type from pure to magic, so that means you can get magic immunity. Arctic Burn no longer produces spell immunity. Okay, that's good. Splinter Blast speed increased from 500 to 650. 1.5 to 1 seconds max. Well, okay, sorry. I'm not sure about the last part. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for explanation. Splinter Blast debuff is now dispellable. Cold Embrace now behaves as normal generation instead of 0.1 heal intervals. Okay. And oh my gosh, guys, we got Wraith King, K-A-N-G. Wraith King. Alright, so for Wraith King, added Agnoceptor upgrade to Wraith King. Allies who are near Wraith King within a 120 AoE when slain become wraiths for 5 seconds, delaying their death. They can continue attacking, casting, etc. When the duration ends, the hero dies, and the credit kills go to whoever landed the original killing blow. What? Geez, so if you have Abaddon and Wraith King, oh man, that's gonna be so weird. I don't know. Like I had to see that one in action to actually appreciate what it actually means. But yeah, that's actually kind of, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So it basically makes you immune for fights. Like, it's basically a shallow grave. It's a shallow grave and a giant AoE. It's a 120 AoE shallow grave for everybody who's in that area. but if you don't die, then you I don't know. Like I said, it sounds really weird. It's basically an AOE Shallow Grave. So Race King, the new Dazzle, and that's whenever he dies, right? Or is it needs ulti? Allies who are near Wraith King when slain. Yeah. So that's anytime he dies, which is going to be interesting. Alright, Zeus, the Thunder God's Wrath. Area vision reduced from 1000 to 150. Cool. I think that's his ult. Fixed Thunder God's Wrath, sometimes hitting invisible units depending on the order of player slots. Okay, it's interesting. Item. New items. Enchanted Mango. Oh, nice. New consumable. What does it do? What does it do? The mango costs 150 gold, provides +1 health regeneration. Consume the mango to instantly. Whoa, really? So you buy it and you hold on to it and you get just +1. Wow, that's gonna be nice. So it's better than Tango's. I get a Tango Mango. Mango Tango. Holy crap, guys. Alright, consume the mango to instantly restore 150 mana, can be fed to an ally. Notes, multiple mangoes do not stack into one slot. Sucks. Lotus Orb. New item formed from Perseverance, Plate Mail, and a recipe. Oh god, what does this do? The Lotus Orb. Okay, requires Perseverance, Plate Mail, recipe for 450. Provides 5 + 5 HP regen, 125% mana regeneration, 10 damage, 10 armor. Can be disabled. Activate Echo Shell. Targets an allied unit. Dispelling negative debuffs, normal dispel, not stuns. And applying an Echo Shell buff for 6 seconds. While the Echo Shell buff is active, it recasts all ability spells back to its caster. What? This does not block the spell, it mirrors it back. Same targeting rules as Lincoln Spirit. What? Oh man, like my brain is breaking for every piece of patch note that I read right now. My brain breaks a little bit more. So this means that people who have large nukes can just blast you to the ground. Like you can have support with a Lotus Shell, and you can apply it to like someone who's getting like ganked, and then Lena can drop her ult and she'll kill herself. Oh man, this meta. This meta is gonna be like I'm gonna have to start like watching and casting a lot more now, because this is gonna be freaking ridiculous. Like okay, I'll talk more at the end. We're almost there. We're like, oh, we're not almost there. We're kind of almost there. All right, Glimmer Cape. Glimmer Cape. New item formed from Cloak and Shadow Amulet. Cool. What does it do? What does it do? Requires a Shadow Amulet and a Cloak. Provides 300 or +30 attack speed, 20% magic resistance. Can be disassembled. Nice. So you can transition from this into a Shadow Blade, and then into a Hood of Defiance, into a pipe. Activate Glimmer. Targets an allied unit and makes it turn invisible at the point for 4 seconds. Fade time. While invisible, it gains 66% magic resist. Lasts 5 seconds. The invisible unit is allowed to move during the 5 seconds, but attacking or casting will cause the 0.4 seconds to fade. Alright. Will cause the 0.4 second fade time to trigger. Again, 16-second cooldown, 900 cast range. Can be cast while channeling. Note: the bonus magic resistance on Glimmer Cape is only active while invisible. Nice. So this is like I said, guys, this is the meta of ganks. This is gonna be gank meta, and we got some more boots. Oh, we got new boots, guys. Yeah, we got the Guardian Graves, whatever those are. New item formed for Arcane Boost Mechanism and a recipe. Nice. I think this is something that they had in they had a Trinket Boost level 2 or whatever it was in a Wraith Knight. Alright, what does this do? This requires Arcane Boots, Mechanism, and Recipe. Jeez, that's expensive. Passive, Guardian Aura. Provides 2 armor and 4 health regeneration. Cool. When a target's health is lower than 20%, it provides 15 armor and 15 health regen. Jesus. Mend. Restores 250 health and 160 mana to nearby allies. Removes negative debuffs from the caster upon cast. 45-second cooldown. Note that the spell only affects your hero. Oh my gosh, so many items in here, guys. I feel like it's Christmas. We're unwrapping our presents right now. Moonshard. New item formed for 2 Hyperstones and a recipe. So Hyperstone, recipe. 120 attack speed. Whoa, look out. That's basic. Oh, what is that? What is that? That's Clink's, that's the equivalent to Clink's thing. Strafe. I think it's equivalent to Clink's Strafe. I think, no, Clink's Strafe is 100. I don't think it's 120. I don't know. I move on. Passive. Shade Sight. Moonshard grants 250 bonus night vision. When in inventory, works against Night Stalker's darkness. Nice, nice. Use can be consumed to gain a permanent 60 attack speed buff. Does not stack. Requires a double click to consume. Notes: attack speed buff will not work on illusions. Okay. So you can consume it. So this is nice. They're trying to make your hero stronger without taking up too many slots. I like the addition of these things that you can consume to, like, things that you can have to give you some benefit for the moment, but then you can consume later to free up a slot. So that's really nice. I mean, it doesn't give you as much as it does if you keep it. Like, it's basically double if you keep it, but if you consume it, you get a permanent 60 attack speed buff, which is awesome. Excuse me. Alright, Silver Edge. Hey look, Shadowblade Assange. Yay, Sange has a use now. Woo! Alright, requires Shadowblade, requires Assange. Provides 32 damage, plus 30, or gives you 30 attack speed. 16 strength. Sorry. 16 strength, lesser maim, and gives you lesser maim, which is nice. Shadow Walk. Invis attacks. Invis attack now deals 225 damage and applies Break to dispel passive abilities, and reduces the target's damage output, all damage types, by 40% for 5 seconds. 24-second cooldown. Attacking to end invisibility, cannot miss. Debuff does not pierce spell immunity. Oh my. Oh god, guys, that's gonna be dangerous. Holy crap. These items sound extremely interesting and extremely scary. Alright, Solar Crest. New item form for Medallion of Courage and Talisman Evasion. Yay, another use for Talisman Evasion. Heck yeah. What does this do? This is Medallion of Courage and Talisman Evasion. That's all you need. 3,000 gold, which is basically the cost of a Shadow Blade, so it's nice. Nice support item. Something for Bounty Hunter to get, I would assume. Bounty Hunter likes to get himself a Medallion of Courage every once in a while if he wants a regeneration to be roaming around. And like I said, this is basically roaming Dota. Or gank Dota, so we're going to see a lot of roaming going on. So they're providing a lot of roaming items, which is awesome. This requires a Medallion of Courage and Talisman Evasion. It gives you 10 armor, 75% mana regeneration, and 30 evasion, 30% evasion. Active loses the Solar Crest armor and evasion when targeting an ally. Grants them 10 armor and 30% evasion. When targeting an enemy, it removes armor and applies a 30% miss for 7 seconds. It seems underwhelming. I mean, it's a good item. I mean, you can apply 30% miss. That's gonna be nice. But if they have an MKB, it doesn't matter anyway. Can be dispelled. The debuff is dispellable. Oh, can be disassembled. Can be disassembled. This debuff is dispelled. Or dispellable. Jeez, I can't. Sorry, pronunciation's hard. Words are difficult, guys. My bad. I am bad at pronouncing. I pronounce myself bad at pronouncing. Moving on. An Octarine Core. What does an Octarine Core do? New item form from Mystic Staff and Soul Booster. Ooh, awesome. So what does this do? Mystic Staff, that's the intelligence thing, and Soul Booster is the little thing used for Bloodstone, okay? Provides 25 intelligence, 400 HP, 400 plus 400 mana, nice. 400% or 4 HP regeneration and 100% mana regeneration. Passive cooldown reduction, reduces all cooldowns by 25%. Nice, there's cooldown reduction. Oh my gosh, guys, that's one of the things. Okay, I don't want to offend anybody, but I used to play League of Legends back in the days before I started playing Dota. And one of the things I loved about League of Legends, you can actually get the cooldown reduction. Or something that was like, you can get it from items. Something that was never in Dota. But now it's in Dota, guys. We got cooldown reduction. Heck yeah. Passive spell lifesteal. Restores health for a percentage of any damage dealt by spells. 25% from heroes, 5% from creeps. Nice. Lifesteal, you're not the only one. Alright, observers and signature wards now stack into one slot. Double clicking toggles which type of ward is active. Nice. You can see the charge count of each type of ward. The number is on the right. The number on the right is for the currently active ward. Upgraded booster travel. Booster travel can now be upgraded by purchasing the recipe again. Allows you to target and teleport to allied heroes. Oh, sweet. It's gonna be nice for support. Item changes. Strength. Oh, nice. Skull Basher. Strength increased from 6 to 8. Damage reduced from 40 to 25. Bash now deals 60 bonus damage. Nice. And Bash cooldown increased from 2 to 2.3. Okay. Abyssal Blade. Damage reduced from 100 to 85. Oh. Bash now deals 60 bonus damage. Cool. And Bash cooldown increased from. Okay, same thing as the other one, except for a little bit more damage. Energy booster cost reduced from 1000 to 900. Sweet. Arcane boost replenish radius from 600 to 900. Nice. Replenish no longer costs 35 mana to activate. Oh my gosh, thank you. I hated needing mana to use my boots to get myself more mana. That was the stupidest thing in the world. Bloodstone recipe increased from 800 to 900. Cool. Armlet of Mordegan. Attack speed from plus 15 to plus 25. Unholy strength no longer grants plus 10 attack speed. Okay, because the base attack speed got added in the base item. Cool. And unholy strength gain period from 0.7 seconds to 0.6 seconds. So it means it gives you that HP a little bit faster than it did before. Quelling Blade. Change from full damage bonus to base damage bonus. Quelling Blade bonus from 32/15% to 40/15%. That's 32 plus 12% to 40 plus 15. Nice. Or 40/15%. Quell no longer deals bonus damage to Roshan. I didn't realize it did. I did not realize it did. I did not realize it did. I'm a dirty noob. I'm sorry, guys. Chop active ability now kills wards rather than dealing 100 damage, which is awesome. Chop active ability range increased from 350 to 450 when targeting wards. Cool. So that means that because some people still don't know, but you can use Quelling Blade as a melee person to kill wards, which makes melee supports a lot less useless. So it's really good to have that. Battle Fury. Battle Fury now requires and provides what? Oh, Battle Fury now requires and provides the bonuses of Quelling Blade. Oh. Quell bonus is now 60% for melee and 25% for ranged heroes. Attack damage reduced from 65 to 55, and cleave radius from 250 to 280. So now officially Battle Fury has been preordained as a farming item, because not only do you need your Battle Fury, not only do you need a Quelling Blade to get to your Battle Fury, but you also need a Quelling Blade to actually build your Battle Fury, which is awesome. Alright, Black King Bar cannot be sold. Purchase does not reset its duration. Okay, cool. I'm fine with it, just as long as we can get rid of it. Blade Mail. Damage return cooldown reduced from 17 to 15. Damage return cooldown reduced. Oh, cooldown, yeah. So the cooldown of Blade Mail got reduced, which is good. Nice little buff for people like Clockwork, sometimes Bristleback if you want to get one of those, and even Axe. Blades of Attack cost reduced from 450 to 420. Phase boots phase duration from 4 seconds to 3.6 seconds. Booster travel teleportation cooldown from 50 to 45 seconds. Nice. Buckler armor bonus radius increased from 750 to 900. Butterfly flutter duration from 8 to 6, and bonus move speed from 20 to 25%. Okay, I think it's nice. It reduces the cooldown, or it reduces the duration a little bit, but it gives you more move speed, which I think sometimes you need more. Clarity, duration from 40 seconds to 45 seconds, darn. Total mana restored from 150 to 170, darn it. And ally cast range got increased by 150, so it's moved from 100 to 250, nice. Alright, Cloak, magic resistance from 15% to 20%, awesome. I think more magic resistance is nice. Always get to have a casual cloak. We all like casual cloaks, we have our days. Vanguard, damage block chance increased from 67% to 75%, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was the actual percentage. So it says 80% on it, but they actually increased it now to 75%. So that's actually really good. Crimson Guard, damage block chance increased from, okay, same as Vanguard. Crimson Guard, active damage block increase from 50 to 55, cool. And guard active area of effect from 750 to 900. Desolator, damage decrease from 60 to 50. Okay, so 10 damage, so you might be able to survive the fight now. And recipe cost decrease from 900 to 300. Wow, that's a huge drop. So all you need is what, double Mythor Hammer plus 300? That's actually really nice. It's not that bad. Diffuse Blade. Diffuse Blade now works on ranged illusions for half the value. Cool, nice, awesome. Divine Rapier, damage increase from 300 to 330. They should put 322. I mean, they should put 322. That would have been amazing if they would have done that. Dust Appearance, movement speed slow from 15% to 20% when you reveal somebody who's invisible. German endurance attack speed bonus increased from 10 to 20. Nice. Eagle Song, cost reduced from that to that, so about 100 different, or 100 gold difference, which is okay. It's not that bad. Yule Scepter Divinity Cyclone mana cost increased from 75 to 175. Wow, that's a huge mana increase. Our mana cost increase. Ice Scotty Cold attack slow duration for ranged heroes from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Remains 5 seconds for melee heroes. Okay, I think that's fair. Flying Courier vision range from 400 to 300, so it got reduced. And speed burst speed from 650 to 800. Nice. Force Staff health regeneration increased from 3 to 4 health per second. Nice. Ghost Scepter cost reduced from 1600 to 1500, and all attribute bonus decreased from 7 to 5. I actually don't like that. I do not like that change. I think they should just put the 100 gold back and just give me that extra stats. I think 100 gold for losing, or so you reduce the cost by 100 gold. But you reduce the stats that I gain by overall 6. I don't like that change. I don't think that's a good change. Yeah, sure, Ethereal Form is what most supporters get it for, but that's the extra 6 stats. That's a total of 6 stats, guys. That's a lot of stats that you're losing just by reducing the cost for 100 gold. I don't think it's worth it. Alright, Global Pace. Attack speed increased from 15 to 20. Yeah. Headdress regeneration or reduced, or increased, sorry, my bad, read that wrong. Increased from 750 to 900, so it's consistent with mechanism, or the mechanism boots, mech boots. Healing Salve duration from 10 to 8 seconds, still provides the same total heal. Ally cast range from that to that, so from 100 to 250, so you can be a little bit safer while casting that. Reaver cost reduced by 200 gold, which I think that's actually pretty good. Heart of Taras recipe cost increased by that 200 gold, which is okay. Health regeneration increased from 2% to 3.25% of total health per second. Excuse me. Regeneration disables regeneration disable time increased from 4 seconds for melee and 6 seconds for range to 5 seconds for melee, 7 seconds for range. So that's a nice balance to it. Lingosphere spell block cooldown reduced by 1 second, so from 17 to 16. Magic Wand requirements from Magic Stick plus 3 branches plus recipe to Magic Stick plus 2 branches plus circlet, and it provides tribute bonus, or all attribute bonuses from 3 to 4. I actually like that as well. So that means that you can start with my normal build, which is almost always a circlet and like an iron branch and then some other stuff. I don't know why, I just like starting with circlet, but it basically gives you a few more stats as a support if you do decide to go for those. Mask of Madness Berserker's move speed bonus reduced from 30% to 17%. Oh, so sad. Mechanism restore active and mechanism aura radius increased to be consistent with the other one. I'm having trouble reading that word. Radius increased. Sorry, it's not that hard. But increased from 750 to 900. Melanier static charge no longer jumps to units who are invisible in the fog of war. Same behavior as Chain Lightning. And static charge cast range increased from 600 to 800. Nice. Necronomicon warriors got some more buffs and stuff, or I don't know, let me read this. Health from 400 at level 1, 600 at level 2, and 800 at level 3 to 600, 700, 800. Nice. Necronomicon warrior damage increased from 25 at level 1 to 45 at level 1, then 50 at level 2 to 60 at level 2, and the same at the higher level. And pretty much they're just doing some nice scaling, so the earlier levels of Necronomicon aren't as bad, or are a little bit stronger than they were before, but they're still the same once you get them Necro level 3. Observer rewards now come in single increments. Nice. Cost and restock time reduced by half, and stock doubled. Nice. Observer rewards now provide 50 XP bounty when destroyed. Oh, that sucks. Attacking award can no longer miss. Same for Sentry Wards. Oh, that sucks. That means high ground attacking is gonna be so easy now. You can D-ward like a boss. Orbital Poison attack damage over time can now be lethal. I didn't realize it wasn't lethal. Once again, Cool Blue not paying attention. Pipe of Insight, Insight Aura now provides a 10% magic resistant aura to nearby allies. Does not affect the equipped hero. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's horrible. Why does it not affect? Oh, because the hero who does it gets like more than that. Insight Aura increased from 750 to 900. Power Trades attribute bonus increased from 8 to 9. Yay! Quarterstaff cost reduced from 900 to 875. Still too expensive. I'm sorry. Radiance Radiance recipe from 1,305, yeah, 1,350 to 1,425. Radiance burn now causes affected enemies to have a 15% or 17% miss rate. Wow, that's actually good, pretty good. Rework components. Oh my god, Cold Blue's having a good day right now, guys. Alright, hold on, who's that? Trying to shake it out. Alright, rework the components and bonuses. Old refresher gave you this. New refresher gives you 10 health or 10% plus 10 HP regen, which is 5 more than before. 250% mana regeneration, which is 50% more, and plus 20 damage, which is 10. Actually, no, 20 less. But the new refresher orb requires a perseverance, another perseverance, and then a recipe. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I mean, it's gonna make Oblivion Staff suck a little bit because that means you really don't need it unless you want to get orchids. Maybe they had something for Oblivion Staff here. I don't know. But yeah, double perseverance, so you get that regen, and then you get the recipe, and then you get to refresh. Okay, so it makes sense. I like that. I like the logic in there. Alright, Rod of Atos, intelligence from 25 to 30. Satanic Unholy Rage duration increased from 3.5 to 4. Nice. Central Ward, attacking a ward can no longer miss, same as observer wards. Shiva's Guard, or freezing aura enemy attack speed reduction improved from 40 to 45. So it slows them by 45 attack speed instead of 40, which is okay. Stealth Shield cost reduced because now it's not as good. Damage block chance reduced because now it's not as... What? Damage block chance reduced from 53% to 50, so it's a minor little drop back. Damage block blocked damage reduced from 20, 10 for range, to 16, 8 for range. Nice. Tango can now be used to... Hold on. Can now be used on... to eat wards. See, I'm not, sorry guys, I'm not crazy. That's worded wrong. Can now be used on to eat wards. Don't you mean can now be used on wards to eat wards, or can now be used to eat wards? Eating a ward heals for double the amount, 230 HP over 16 seconds. Because wards taste better. Has 450 cast range when targeting wards. So you can eat wards now? What? Crazy. Who needs to buy a Quelling Blade when I can just buy me some Tangos? Do some dewarding / healing. Sensual healing. TP scroll. Teleport cooldown increased from 65 to 70 seconds. Oh, that sucks. Teleport no longer removes ethereal state when on cast. Oh, nice. Okay, so that... Okay, now E-Blade changes make a lot of sense now. It doesn't give me any stats, but now it's really it's significantly more useful versus like physical DPS people or damage per second people. You just basically cast an E-Blade and then TP out. They used to only work on boosted travel. Alright, Earn the Shadows. Casting Soul Release on an enemy already under the effects of Soul Release now refreshes the existing debuff rather than applying a separate instance. Same as how the heal works. Okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it worked like that. Veil of Discord. Recipe from 1,250 to 1,100, and the cooldown was reduced from 30 to 20 seconds, which is great. Duration reduced from 25 to 16 seconds, and mana cost reduced from 75 to 50. Yeah, that's okay. The Veil of Discord's weakness is actually pretty good for people like Zeus and Venomancer. Moving to Vladimir's offering, life steal decreased from 16% to 15%. Oh no! Now grants 10% lifesteal to ranged heroes. Oh no! Oh god. Now requires headdress instead of ring regen. Vladimir's offering now provides plus 2 to all stats, and Vladimir's aura now provides plus 3 health regeneration. So Vlad is now officially a support item. It's officially a support item. It was a nice little carry item as well, but I mean, still really good support item now. And we can build into it naturally as supports. I say we because I play support a lot. And oh my gosh, guys, we're at the bottom of the page. Oh my gosh, look at all the notes. All right, so oh man, look, I was talking about Chin and Enchantress. Look, I didn't realize they were up there. All right, guys, so that's basically it for the video. Like, we made it to the end of the patch notes. Good job. Alright, so some very notable things to point out. One is like all of the Aghanim Scepter upgrades we see is ridiculous. Like I think it's like 6 or 7 new Ags upgrades on top of all the heroes overall. So that's gonna be really nice to see this. And also I think Alchemist is gonna be a huge huge factor in the next meta? I think so, because being able to build yourself an Ags and just apply it to somebody and save a slot, that's like so valuable. Of all the conversations that I heard people talk about Faceless Void and his new Ags ult or Ags buff and all this stuff, was that like, oh yeah, you know, it's great and all, but it doesn't give him that much, it doesn't give him any things as far as stats, not that much utility. He basically uses it or buys it and so wastes a slot eventually, he has to sell it. But with Alchemist, you can just basically apply it to him and say, hey, you're good, bro. You're good. So I think Alchemist is going to be a really nice person to see. I do think it's going to be really interesting to see how Sniper and Juggernaut fare in this type of game. And I also really want to see what the new support's going to be. I actually like Nyx Assassin's changes. He's basically a lurker, but like if you can just get into a really good spot, like a dangerously nasty spot, and just sit there and just like impale from 2 miles away, it's gonna be so ridiculous. And of course, we're going to see Winter Wyvern finally broke into the game. I think Winter Wyvern is going to be really strong and really powerful to see how she plays out and how teams decide to play her when they do get into it. Wraith King as a support, I mean, Ags is going to be nice. I guess it'll give him some additional intelligence, so I guess Wraith King as a support might be a thing too. He does have a really nice stun, and the fact that he comes back to life and slows everybody in giant AoE is nice. And in addition to that, when he dies, he gives you 5 seconds of Shallow Grave. That's actually pretty strong. So I think Wraith King is going to be a big factor. Items that I think we're going to see a lot of people experiment with and pick up. I think Lotus Orb is definitely one of those for the supports. Glimmer Cape, once again, are definitely one of those for the supports to help them with ganking. Guardian Greaves, naturally for the supports. For carries, Moon Shard, that's going to be a very fantastic item to see how they play out with. And Silver Edge, I want to see Silver Edge get played on them. And everything else is just like a nice addition. This is like basically Ice Frog's like, hey guys, I'm bored with the way the game's played. Let me just change everything without changing anything. And it's gonna be an interesting meta, guys. Like I can't wait to see how the teams decide to play all this out. And I'm just excited to watch some like pros like dig their teeth into this and play some pubs and stuff. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. Anyway, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. My name is ColdBlue. I just watched you guys this video for the Dota 2 patch notes. This is patch notes 6.84. It only took us 2 hours, but it was worth it, and you know it. There was a lot of change in this one, so be on the lookout for all those new fancy, quirky plays, because I think everything is going to be super amazing once we do get into it. So that'll be it. So my name is ColdBlue. Just watched you guys this video from CasNet Network for the Dota 2 for game analysis. That's what's the name of it, not patch analysis. My bad. And we hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, we will see you guys whenever.